Hello and welcome to Catastrophic, the improvisational storytelling podcast where we use the RPG FIasco to make up a movie. This week we're using the Manna Hotel playset by Dan Puckett. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but there is at least one badger in this episode. Cool, so we are playing this evening the playset Manna Hotel, which was written by Dan Puckett, which is a good name.
Thanks, Dan.
It was the playset of the month in June of 2010, so that was a long time ago.
Thanks, June of 2010.
This game's been around that long?
Yeah, this game's been around 2010, I think, is when it first came out.
So it's no surprise that I didn't hear of it before.
Uh-huh.
But like I keep talking to people that are gamers that have never heard of this game.
It's won a bunch of awards. It won a bunch of awards when it came out. It won the I want to call it the Diane Wynne Jones Award, but that's a different thing entirely.
The Hugo.
But there's basically an award that's given out it's not even given out every year. It's given out when they feel like they should give it out to people or systems or games that like massively impact the game industry.
Okay.
And this won it. Like the other things that have won it are like Settlers of Catan or Will Wheaton for the show Tabletop, which revitalized the tabletop industry in a lot of ways. And this won it way back when, like 2010, 2012, and like it's still a fairly niche thing.
Yeah, seriously.
Although apparently, I just saw this. I don't do the improv scene very much. The Hideout Theater here in town is going to start an improv show based on FIasco.
Oh, sweet.
Which I thought was really cool. But they had to put up a Facebook post like, "What's FIasco? Come to this event and learn how to play it, so you'll know what we're talking about when we do
so awesome.
FIasco." I'm like, that's really cool that other people are taking this idea and making it into a thing.
I really recently was talking to my film friends about it, because they're all like,
oh, this would be a great 24, 48-hour film prompt.
oh man,
Oh,
yeah.
it would,
Yeah.
It's
but so like I was telling them about it, and now they really want to do it too. They want to try the game out just because they're all like actors.
So we're playing Manna Hotel, an oasis for weary travelers. The Manna Hotel is 3 miles north of Manna, Kansas, population 1,200. The Manna Hotel is a 20-room motor lodge with its own in-ground swimming pool, now unused. The hotel burned down or was rebuilt in the 50s. Wood paneling and window unit air conditioners were installed in the 70s, and it looks like that's the last maintenance anyone did to the place. Business has been slow ever since they moved the interstate, so 10 of the rooms are closed all the time. The other 10 rooms are rented and cleaned by a manager who lives on the premises. So that is our sort of inspirational text.
This one's going to be sad.
This is one of my favorites. Oh, I played this before, and it was not sad. It was absurd.
Okay.
But it could also be sad. So this, that's the premise.
Sounds like the motel from No Country for Old Men.
It's a little bit the motel from No Country for Old Men, or any other terrible, seedy motel.
You don't have index cards out.
I don't.
Silly Willy.
Do I know how to play this game?
Kevin's getting index cards. He's doing a good job.
Here's some.
Is it? That looks like enough.
It might be. We'll see. We use a lot, believe it or not.
Yeah.
We'll need pens too.
Yes, I have some pens.
Pins that are familiar, probably.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. All right.
I have more index
You mean
cards.
because we've used these pens before, right?
Yes.
Yes, these are the same pens we use every time we play.
Yes.
That's exactly what I mean.
It's great. I'm really attached to these pens, so that's cool.
Those look like the same pins from last time.
I grabbed them from the same place I grabbed the last pens.
Good.
So it's highly likely.
Oh wow, you have the same kind of pen. No, you don't.
It's a different type of pen entirely. But he brought his own.
I brought my own FIasco pen.
Oh.
It's it doesn't say FIasco on it, but I like to pretend that it does.
Yeah.
I'm improving.
We have
FIasco.
other pens. You could theoretically write FIasco on your pen.
That's true.
Wow, that's ambitious.
Yeah.
So let's roll some dice and build our pool and start building relationships. Threes.
Sixes.
4, 1.
3.
My arms are
4.
short and I can't see around the thing.
4.
There's a
That's a
1.
4. Can you put it with the 4s?
So we have no 2s or 5s.
I have a 2.
Two.
I have a 2.
No
Two
fives.
2s, no 5s.
I did
okay.
that.
So for this one, I always like, my fun starting mechanics. Whoever has the sleaziest motel story will start us off.
Do I have to tell it?
I mean, if you want to win.
I
Not about being sleazy in a motel, although if
Okay.
you have that, you can share as well. But like just like a terrible motel that you have slept in or been near.
I'm very sheltered, so I don't
Yeah.
really have one. I mean, I can list off like terrible motels, but it's just like, oh no, they're getting a 2-star review on Yelp.
I slept in one in West Memphis, Arkansas one time. It was really a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
There was like people were literally banging on the door and the windows, and it was. I actually ended up sleeping. I got so paranoid. I ended up sleeping on the floor with my head against the door
Oh wow,
because I just thought someone was going to break into the room.
Yeah.
that's pretty rough. Yeah,
It was a rough night of sleep.
Closest thing I've got is I went to a hotel. I went to a friend's wedding on Galveston. Is that Galveston an island?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. It's good I know these things.
Sure.
Like the wedding was on Galveston, and I used one of those blind booking sites.
Oh.
And I was going to stay there one night, and I basically just went to the cheapest possible place I could find. And I got there, and the I'm pretty sure, much like the hotel we're at, one person worked there who did everything because he had the like maintenance cart behind the desk. And I got there a little early. He's like, "Okay, your room will be ready in like 30 minutes," and then he left with the maintenance cart. So I'm pretty sure he
Made up
fixed
the room.
everything.
That was it.
But the room itself was adequate. It was a place to sleep, so I still think you might have the head up.
Mine sounds like it was more murdery for sure.
Yeah, mine was not particularly murky. It was on the beach, which is not intentional. But if you ever been to the Galveston beach, it's nothing to be excited about.
That's true. It's very narrow.
Nico, do you have a sleazy hotel story?
I stayed in a motel in Oklahoma, which I thought was gross, but
Yeah.
that's about where it begins and ends.
Okay.
Matt wins.
Yeah, I think you got this one,
Yeah.
Matt. So you get to start us off.
That's not even my sleaziest story.
You're lowballing that one.
You gotta save that one for another.
Another fiasco
round.
try.
Most
Yeah.
of them kind of are embarrassing.
Yeah.
So that's fair. All right. So feel free to start us off. You can first start with a relationship, need, or an opportunity. At the Manna Hotel in Kansas.
Here, I'm gonna uncover our relationship thing so
That's
that I
reasonable.
can look at it with my eyes. Okay, cool.
Not a location though. We already got that.
No, we don't have a location. So there's sub-location. So, for example, you can see out front, the employees only area, near the Manna, in town.
There's a section under romance that says loathing.
Mm-hmm.
That
The
seems
best
nice.
kind of romance.
The best kind of romance.
No fives. That's so weird.
Yeah, no 5. So we are
No
not having any romance.
No nearby, and no getting rich.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yep, this isn't gonna end up well for us.
There's a section under family for husband and wife. There's also a section for ex-husband and ex-wife.
No?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I like the location. It's out front.
Out front?
I like that.
So you're going to use one of our ones and pick that?
I don't know. So right now I'm just picking up just a location.
A broad category.
Broad category.
Let's start with inside. Actually,
Inside.
I'll use one of the twos.
All right. You're going to place that between.
Where's this going?
It's
Gotta
up to
go
you.
in between two people, whoever you want it to go between.
You and me, buddy.
All right. We're inside.
Good job.
Nico.
Who, me? Mm. I'm gonna define a relationship here between me and Catherine.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's gonna be a crime relationship.
Oh, cool.
Gotta love some crime.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't in
I
his
was
card.
gotta
He has a
think.
step
I'm
ahead
gonna
of
just
you.
hold this one in front of me until I need
Alright.
one later.
I'm gonna take one because we might turn in a
I'm
second.
prepared.
Let's see.
There's
I'm gonna
some
use our
really
other
good ones in
two.
here.
For
Yeah.
y'all. 'Cause y'all are family.
Oh,
Nice.
since we got a bunch of sixes, I'm just gonna straight up define that as parent and child.
Nice. I'm gonna define your crime.
Ooh.
Great.
Oh.
I'm gonna use one of the threes. And together, you planned and executed a daring drunken theft of the badger from its pen in Manna's tiny zoo.
Oh, guys, this is going to be really exciting. Maybe this won't be sad.
Yeah.
Man,
This is a really good place set.
Yeah.
quite
But
a...
I'm not going to write all that. I'm just gonna write
Just
that.
write
theft.
Badger.
Badger
Just
theft.
write Badger. We'll know. So my dad, when I was very small, my dad would tell stories, would read stories, like, just from books. And my mother always read them correctly. Yes. And my mother always read them correctly, but my father would replace as many characters in the book as he could with badgers that ceased being able to communicate and just made badger noises.
What are badger noises?
I don't know. They just, like, he would just make animal noises, and, yeah.
I'm just imagining, like, The Princess Bride, but occasionally some of the characters are badgers.
Yep, it's very
Like, they
similar.
go to Miracle Max's house, and it's Max and his wife, a badger.
Yep. So,
Which I think that scene plays much the same.
yes. I've definitely gone back and, like, reread children's books and been like, I don't, like, especially children's books with, like, I understood, like, in Goodnight Moon, there wasn't a badger. They were bunnies. I got that. But in, like, books with woodland creatures, like, I was like, oh, that animal was a fox and said words, not a badger. Yeah, that's basically the noises he would make. Yeah. My dad loves badgers for whatever reason.
Has he seen that, like, web animation from the mid-2000s?
Yes, I referenced that recently with someone at the store, and
Yeah.
they did not know what it was, and I felt very, very old.
Oh, it only gets worse.
Yeah. Yeah. I also, my favorite nerd makeup brand is Shiro, which is really great. And but they did a badger mushroom snake line that was really good, and I have mushroom from that line because
There you
badger was not a very flattering color on me. It's probably great for somebody. If you need nerd makeup, you should go to Shiro. They're not paying us any money ever.
If they want to pay us money,
But-
they are
Yeah,
welcome
they
to pay.
can.
Zero, you're
They
missing out.
can, but I definitely buy a lot of their makeup, so
Cool.
it's pretty much where all my eyeshadow comes from.
So
Oh,
I'm
we have a
gonna
need.
put a need between me and Matt,
All right.
and it's gonna be to get even.
Oh, to get even.
Yep.
Dun-dun.
Kevin and I don't have a relationship yet. Let's
We do
see.
not.
Where are the
Well, neither
relationships
do
go?
Matt and Nico.
I don't have any fives though.
Nope.
No romance.
No romance.
You two are always romancing each other.
Let's see. We've got 6. I'm gonna put work in between Matt and Nico.
I think I might also define a work relationship between Catherine and I.
Cool.
There are still 4s on the board,
There are.
so that 7th degree master
It's an option.
is still an option for people. We're going to define your work.
Uh-huh.
You two are doctor and patient.
Ooh.
I'm definitely stealing a badger.
Is he treating your badger wounds?
That's entirely possible. I think we have
Doctor
early
and
plans.
Patient.
6s on 6s, y'all.
Yeah. When we're now out of 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 on 6 on 6. We have 4s and 3s and 1-1. Just 1.
A lot of 4s and 3s.
1-1. If you want that 1, you better hop on that.
Mm-hmm. I think I am gonna use that one
Yeah.
for an untoward object.
Gotta love them untoward objects.
Yeah. That I think I'm gonna put that object between me and Matt.
Nope. You already have a
Can
need.
I do that? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so
So-
you can put it between myself and Catherine, you and Catherine, and
Can I
those are
put
the
it
two
We have a
options.
need,
We
too.
have
those
we
are
have
the
we
two?
have a
Ah,
location.
gotcha.
So
I'm gonna put that then between myself and Catherine then.
cool. Everything always goes really well when y'all have untoward objects
Yeah.
between each other.
Yeah! I've had a lot of untoward objects lately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
We seem to have had a few because we had the Jade Helm, we had the box of porn.
Box of porn.
Yeah. Yep.
Was the bag of snakes one?
I don't think that was an untoward object. I think that was a
That was like
different.
an animal that got loose.
Yeah, or something. It was
Okay, it's my
good
turn. I
old
want to
bag
look
of
at the untoward.
snakes.
Because,
Your options are 3 or 4.
And we poured them all over that kid.
No, we poured the stuffed animals. The kid just opened the bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I think he just opened it up and there was full of snakes. We were supposed to pour the snakes over
On
the
band,
drummer
That's right. Okay.
because he loves
Oh
snakes.
God.
That would have been so much cooler if we dumped snakes on that kid.
The untoward objects are really like our options for untoward objects right now are very frightening. It's 5 photos held together by a rubber band. Each photo features a different disemboweled corpse surrounded by hooded figures.
Okay.
Or a long blonde wig matted with blood. So I'm not gonna touch that. That's not a thing I'm gonna define. Kevin, what do you and I still need?
We need a need.
We need a need. Okay. All right. Need a need. I need needs. All right.
That's 2 very different directions that this fiasco could
to get
take.
respect.
Because
to get laid.
we're stealing a badger, but
Or you stole a badger.
Yeah, you stole it.
Yeah.
we did. We successfully stole that badger. So the 2 options I have now are need to get respect or to get laid.
Yeah.
What else needs further defining?
We need to define the work relationship, the location.
And to get
I
even.
can do the
And to
location.
get
I bet I
even,
got that. The trunk of a car.
Oh my lord.
Oh no, I misread. It's inside?
Yeah.
No, it's out front on the
Oh.
trunk of a car. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh.
That was disappointing. Inside a fly-speckled windshield, though. That's we're getting there.
Inside a fly-speckled windshield?
Windowsill.
Windowsill.
There we go. I'm sorry.
I was
Inside
really
the trunk of
excited
a car.
about that.
That
That's
was-
okay.
I was really excited.
It's okay.
Somebody needs to rewrite this one.
Yeah, we're going to use the 3 and define to get even by humiliating him.
And they have an undefined work relationship, so if you
Yeah.
wanted to, where is that?
Or-
We still have
if
a
you wanted
untoward
to, if you wanted to
object.
pull out 7th degree master of fell secrets and initiate, you can.
This is the time.
This is the moment. This is your moment, Matt.
Or the other option is innkeeper and guest, which is
I do like that.
I mean, it's got lots of possibilities as well.
Yeah.
Let's do that one.
Okay.
Innkeeper. and
That's a
guest.
good one.
Yeah.
For-
Right?
Yep.
And the last one is wild, so
Yeah.
You 2 still need a need, right?
yeah.
Yep.
And then we still have to further define that untoward object.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave that one because that one's. It seems like the possibilities are endless with that, and anything's gonna be good. So I'm gonna go with 3 and say to get respect.
Oh, that exclamation point's very important.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
somebody is very adamant about that respect.
Indicates we're
Oh.
pounding the table.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can either choose the untoward object, and I get to have all my choices for get respect,
Yeah.
or you can choose get respect, and I have all the options.
Well,
for...
so here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's either going to be, because all we have left is 4s,
Yeah.
is a long blonde wig matted with blood, or to get respect from the one you love.
I mean, honestly, if you don't choose the wig, I might choose it with my free die anyway, because
Okay.
that's a great one.
All right, untoward object, Nico, long blonde wig. All right,
Matted with blood.
I'll write that down. I'll make sure.
That sounds like it's an important wrinkle.
Yeah.
All right, you have a while to get
respect. We're making this mystical powers.
When did where
Right.
where was it that the badgers stole from?
The zoo, the local.
The zoo.
The
Okay.
terrible
The
Manna
terrible
local
small-
zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a badger. There are also some groundhogs.
Okay.
They have birds that landed there, and they put signs
Yeah.
up for them, but that's it.
Like they just keep putting Brad in a specific area
Yep.
for them.
It's like the Austin Zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got like dogs and cats.
I'm making that subtle mystical powers.
Subtle mystical powers. I gotta get that badger because it's my familiar.
Whale.
Alright. Let's figure out who we are.
I'm gonna put doctor at the beginning.
Yeah,
of
I'm
my
pretty
name.
sure you're a doctor. I'm pretty sure you're a doctor of something.
So we're parent and child.
Parent and child. And a fly-speckled windowsill is very important to us for some reason.
I hate it when a name comes to mind so quickly, and I'm like, is that a real person? Am I naming myself after a real person?
So we have to figure out who is parent and who is child.
Rochambeau?
I don't know. Sure. Do you have a preference?
No.
No, I don't either. Because I feel like some of this is vague enough that will be defined by everything else.
Because I'm so much older than you.
Yeah.
I'll be the child.
Okay, so I'll be your parent.
What are our names?
If you're
I would like to.
Does that?
I'd like to think that I was a guest because I'm also a criminal. Though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if you're the guest, then you're the innkeeper, and I'm probably your father.
Right.
Or you could be his mother, and this could be an
Yeah,
entirely
be,
different story.
Or it could be we could just reenact Psycho. I think we've got the components.
We've got most of the components. Yeah, we're pretty much there. We've got Nico. He's staying as a guest.
You are the heir of the Manna Hotel fortune.
It's not much of a fortune. It's a wad of cash in a mayonnaise jar. It's buried in the back.
It's basically like inheriting a lot of debt.
We should,
If we do Psycho, Nico gets a sexy shower scene.
That's
It's
true.
true.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We should have that in every podcast.
I mean, I was going to have one anyways.
Dr. Lisa Caldwell.
we need a
I had to look that up to see if that was a real person.
Is
Do we
it?
need a
But I mean, it has been, but
Okay.
no one's super famous.
Do we need a fancy last name or like a really salt of the earth kind of last name?
I'm down for a fancy last name.
Okay.
Oh, we have the same name. I named you
Yeah.
after me.
Oh, nice.
He could be a third. We could call
Well,
him Trey.
I'm Edward J. the Third.
Oh.
I don't know what the last part of J is. Edward J. just popped into my name, so Edward J.
Van Lanningham.
Van Lanningham the
Damn.
Third.
That's ironically fancy name.
And you are Edward J. Lanningham the Fourth. Van Lanningham.
Okay.
Y'all have to be on weird names by now, though, because your dad, your grandfather was Ed or Edward, and then there was
No.
Eddie, and now what do you have? What do you have?
I have the opportunity to write a 3 in Roman numerals. That's what I have, and I'm very excited by that.
Thirds go by Trey a lot.
They
That's
do.
That's what one of our coworkers does.
That is a thing.
You could also just be something completely different, like Bud or something like that.
Bubba.
Bubba Van Lanningham.
Edward J. Bubba Van Lanningham. Bubba in quotes. Everybody just calls me Bubba.
I'm sure you had a little sister that mispronounced your name, and it stuck forever.
I don't know how she mispronounced Edward and got Bubba, but
She mispronounced
here we are.
brother.
This hotel has been in our family since Edward J. Lanningham the First broke ground here many years ago, back in the 18-somethings.
Yeah. And everyone just calls me Eddie.
I just sit in the fly-speckled windowsill all day long.
This definitely sounds like Psycho.
It does. It does.
When you say in it, are you in a chair looking out of it, or are you like up in the thing?
I'm sitting so the window is open, and I have a perch that I sit at the windowsill.
Oh, Bubba. Classic Bubba, right?
Which I suspect you're not very fond of, because it's certainly not an inviting sight to all of the many guests that we have.
Probably not fond of it, but also accustomed to it. And just kind of accepted it.
And so Dr. Caldwell is, makes weekly checks on me.
Yeah.
Someone has to.
But perhaps she is trying out some new doctoring techniques. Maybe that doctor was achieved via an internet
Maybe some
mail-in
really
program.
old doctoring
Yeah.
techniques.
Well, I've lived in this town for a very long time, and
Trepanning.
I've lived in this
The
town
only
for
doctor who still practices trepanning.
It's just me. Lived in
that
this town
is.
for a very long time. Yeah. Lived in this town for a very long time, and no one remembers when I came here, and I've been a doctor for as long as I've been here.
Nice.
No one's asked me yet.
I'm gonna make this difficult and go against my nature, as a salty sailor, and try to live up to this name.
Jim
Okay.
No Swear Hatley.
Well, all right.
I'm
very threatening, but in a polite way,
alright.
in a not vulgar way.
Are you just gonna make that noise the whole game? Alright.
Not exclusively.
That seems
All
like
right.
something somebody that sits in a windowsill
I-
would say.
I feel like I'm the person who kind of blew into town and kind of caused a lot of problems.
Yeah, but I need your help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or I needed your help. Now we've achieved what we have set out to do.
Yeah, stealing this badger.
Yep.
But you got real drunk to do it.
I hope it's like a
you just
baby
needed-
badger.
yeah.
Like my mystical powers were like that fucking
I'm just
badger. That's
worried
the
that you're
badger I
like
need.
bringing that in your little doctor bag.
Yep.
Like you open it up, there's a scalpel and a badger.
You needed it specifically
It is
for...
a small badger.
It was a requirement of some sort of magic.
Yeah,
that
I
you
had to have
needed
a badger.
live badger
I had to have a badger. Very
in
important.
order to complete the spell.
All right, I think we got a good start.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and warranty myself. I don't know anything about like there are lots of lovely people that practice witchcraft and are Wiccans, and they're very smart and very
this in no way
thoughtful. And
represents
this in
any
no way
of them.
represents any of them. I am playing a character.
A character who knows nothing about the truth of Wiccanism.
Yeah.
And anything like that.
Yep. So please don't get mad at us. I am here for the jokes.
Alright,
So how did you get the nickname No Swear?
It's because as angry as I get,
Mhm.
I never swear. So
Do you say funny alternative swear words?
I would like to think so.
Okay.
I'd like to think that
You're like,
my
"Ah,
character
pickles."
is basically those old Orbit commercials. So, listen to me, you cootie queen lit liquor.
You swear like an elf.
Yeah. Jim No Swear Hatley.
I'm just Eddie.
just Eddie.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of a good nickname for you when you were kids. We just called you Eddie.
Eddie
It's been
Van,
so long since the last Eddie died, so
Eddie Van Lanning.
it went
Haven.
Eddie, Junior, Bubba, and then Eddie again.
Yeah.
I mean, you can repeat the process.
Yeah.
Eddie Van Lanning.
I bet he's a disappointment though. He's like super single, and you're very disappointed
Van Lanningham.
because he's got to carry on the Van Lanningham name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for
But not necessarily the
And the
Edward
Empire.
I'm looking for Double Junior soon.
Yep.
name. What do you know? Just look out your window.
Eddie Van Lanningham the Fifth or Eddie Van Lanningham the Fourth Junior.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better.
That's gonna be your kid's name.
The fourth junior. Love that.
All right.
Well, Eddie,
Okay.
you are the first player, so you get to start us off. Would you like to set up your scene or resolve?
I think I'd like to set up my scene,
All right.
and we're both inside, right?
Well, so I hang out inside the fly
I
spec
can
windowsill.
I can get the knife.
I can get it too. With my hands.
Okay.
That'll teach you.
I know. I've been thoroughly schooled.
So I hang out inside this windowsill.
Okay.
Where
think,
you bring me things, I suspect.
I think that probably the windowsill is. We'll set the scene.
Okay.
The windowsill is in the front lobby of the motel, which is also where I am because I work and run the thing while you stare at the dead flies. And that's where we are. And I'm behind the counter with the maintenance cart behind me.
Mm-hmm.
And you are staring out the window.
Yep.
And
They're coming to get me.
I know, buddy.
Bubba.
I'm sorry, Bubba.
Call your father by the right damn name.
I would like
They're
to
coming.
I would like to just call you Dad, like regular people.
I raised you to call me something.
I know you did.
Don't make me get out of this cell. But I probably won't, but don't make me.
Okay, Bubba.
Mm-hmm.
So, what time is the doctor supposed to be coming by?
Oh no, my watch broke last week.
Okay. How did your watch break?
Don't know.
Okay. When did you get a watch anyway?
Stole it off a customer.
Okay.
In
Well,
1974.
yeah.
Yeah, he's probably dead now. It's cool. When they die, you get to keep their stuff in the rooms. Of course, you know that running this here motel. Somebody dies here, you get to keep their
You're
stuff.
not supposed to do that. When people die in this motel, it's usually stuff left behind as evidence.
We've been running the this here motel like that since your grandpappy built it.
I know. And I was named after Grandpappy.
Yes. Edward J. Van Lanningham Jr.
That's right. I guess that was me.
Your great-grandpappy is the one who built it, but it was your grandpappy who came up with the somebody dies in the room, you get to keep their stuff law.
That's not a law. It's actually against the law.
It's private property. We can have whatever laws we want.
All right, Bubba. That's
Mm-hmm.
Have you stolen anything recently? Have you just claimed anything recently?
Has anybody died recently?
No, I guess not.
All right, then.
Has anyone died recently?
Guess not.
Oh my god. Okay.
When's the doctor supposed to be here? My sciatica's acting up.
I'm sure you'd sit in that windowsill all day on a stupid perch.
I'm looking out for him.
Who?
Government coming to take my stuff.
Okay.
They're coming to get me.
Stuff? You don't have any stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What stuff do you have? You don't have any stuff. What time were you supposed to take your medication? Do I need to give you
Don't know, my watch broke.
Do I need to give you more meds? Is that what's going on?
No. Don't like them.
Why are you so
Make me
surly?
fuzzy.
Why are you so surly right now?
Meds make me fuzzy. Most of them I just spit them out when you're not looking.
You know, I prefer you fuzzy, if I'm being completely honest.
Not taking those juju beans from the government man.
All right, well, just try not to make too
Call the
much.
doctor. I want the doctor to be here.
That's a great idea.
She doesn't think I need my meds either.
I want the
She's
doctor
smart.
to be here too.
She got degrees. She got the whole thermometer tells her all the degrees.
Oh god. Okay. Why don't you just?
Sometimes she doesn't do it orally, and it's kind of nice.
I don't hear that a lot, but okay. Why don't you just keep looking at the dead flies and
Coming to get me.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna call the doctor.
Double Junior.
She should be on the way right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and call her.
You married yet?
Nope, not married, Bubba.
You need to find yourself a woman.
Okay.
Do what I did. Just pick a guest.
What, did someone die and leave a guest behind, Bubba?
Your mom was a real sweet woman. Don't talk about her like that.
She was a real sweet woman. God rest her.
Kept me sane all them years.
Yeah? Really?
Raising a hellion like
What
you.
were you like before?
Sane.
Okay.
There's sprinkles on these. And it's even better because there's sprinkles on them. I'm just going to eat this whole pan. So.
Okay, so we could do this all night.
You can call the
Probably
doctor and you
will.
can just say you're done.
Let's just say we're done.
Whenever a person
I
sets
swear I
up,
could
does
keep
the
doing
rest
this.
of the people,
We need to resolve.
we choose
Yeah.
How it's
whether
going to go.
it's
yeah.
We get to
negative or
decide how it's
You
positive.
did the
going well.
setup.
Okay.
I mean, it ended.
I
That's
would-
kind of
well,
nice.
I would like, if y'all don't
Yeah.
have anything, I would like to add a negative resolution.
Yeah, add a negative resolution. Let's do that.
You don't go out and find yourself someone with baby carrying hips by the end of this week. I'm going to write you out of this will.
Oh, Bubba, you're the only person with baby carrying hips in my life.
Can't do that. It's against the law.
I know.
All right, cool.
That's a negative
Scene.
resolution. for
That's a
you.
negative resolution. You're right. Good job.
Yay.
So I think I'm gonna set up,
Okay.
and the setup is gonna be me and Dr. Lisa Caldwell at Dr. Lisa Caldwell's house.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of in the same time frame as the conversation that you guys are having.
Mm-hmm.
This is prior to her needing to leave to go tend to Bubba.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just kind of speaking about our recent caper and stealing this badger and how we need to keep it very hush hush right now. Because I don't know who they are, but they're out for us.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
I have
Probably government.
I have dealt with this before. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, Lisa.
Yes, Jim.
Yeah, so we recently stole this badger, and I need to make sure that not a gosh darn soul finds out about it.
We didn't steal the badger. The badger needed to be freed. I needed the badger. But I'm not going to tell anyone, so we're okay. And the badger won't tell anyone either.
I might be a little fuzzy on it because I was very drunk that night when we stole it.
I know you were really drunk.
So,
yep. It's like someone slipped you something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. I think we got a mystery on our hand.
Got a mystery?
Yeah.
I bet we do.
For sure.
I don't know how that would have happened.
You know, I've been suspecting that innkeeper something.
The innkeeper...
Yeah.
Eddie?
Yeah. Eddie Van Halen, I think.
That's more different.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. It's similar. You're right. That's a similar name. Mm-hmm. But it's Eddie and not Bubba?
Yeah, that's a suspicious fella, that Eddie character. I like Bubba. Mm-hmm. Bubba, he's a good guy. He's got a lot of flies, and I like that about him. My mama always taught me you can trust a man with a lot of flies.
Your mama sounds very wise.
Yeah, she's very wise. That's what I just said, doctor.
Jim. No one's going to find out about the badger. I've already talked to the badger. He knows not to tell anyone. I'm not going to tell anyone.
Well, you better not, because I ain't going back to nameless jail.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Right.
It was very frightening in there. There's a lot of hoodlums.
Yes.
As it were. Mm-hmm. And I'm one of them.
I know you are.
And I can make things very difficult for you, Doctor.
I know, and I'm kind of confused as how to get in my house, but that's all right. I assume you're checking on the badger.
I'm just making sure that badger's good.
You didn't even ask about him.
Yeah.
Like
he's he's not my problem anymore. We stole or liberated this badger for you.
He's fine. Thanks for asking.
All right. Well, I just need to make sure that this is all very hush-hush. Mm-hmm. I know you got to get going, so that way you can tend to Bubba.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let you do that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll go. That's why I needed the badger, but he can hang here. Don't need to... He's not a house call sort of animal. He gets grumpy really easily. Ugh.
Oh my god, that accent is so good.
I don't know. Is there Southern accent?
It's something.
Is it a Kansas accent?
Jim's accent. That's just Jim.
It's something. I'm from somewhere.
It's from Nowhere Prison.
I would like to think that Jim is from like the Midwest, and there's no reason why he should have an accent like that. It's like
he sits like a newscaster.
He's from like North Dakota, but for some reason.
Yeah, it just didn't land quite right.
Positive resolution for you, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell anybody.
You're not going to tell a soul.
I am going to resolve because I like resolving things.
Oh, wait, we're supposed to give our dice away in the first act.
Oh, right.
I'm just now reading this on the page that we have here. So both of you give your dice to somebody else.
Thanks.
Okay.
Oh, well, that was a convenient.
That was
turn.
nice. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to set up your scene. I mean, just going to see Bubba doesn't seem as interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who knows what the treatment's like?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of flies.
Sometimes I count them. Got a lot. Got a lot of flies.
How high can you count, Bubba?
A lot.
Mm.
There's 1, 2, 3. A lot.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I'm
gonna make a note of that.
Is this a scene?
Yeah, I guess we're.
Maybe if we wanted.
No, so I think. So I think you're here to see Bubba. So I do think that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think the bigger problem is You haven't gotten paid in the last 6 months.
Yeah. Which is a concern, because I did liberate a badger for y'all.
Yeah. Well, I didn't ask you to liberate a badger.
No, but for treatment.
Some sort of badger treatment?
Mm-hmm.
But where's the badger?
Badger can't come here.
Badgers are badgers.
Badgers are surly.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're nocturnal.
What was that?
They're nocturnal.
They are. If you wake them up during the day, they're...
too. They don't sleep.
No, that's not true. He sleeps sometimes.
They're gonna get you.
He lives
the badgers.
No, he's all right. He can't.
You get my new drugs?
I did.
My sciatic is acting up.
Yes, but I need to be paid for these house calls.
Talk to Jimmy. Jimmy's the money guy.
Who's Jimmy?
That's Eddie's middle name. It's Jimmy. That's what the J stands for.
Okay, it's just Jimmy. It's not James.
No, it's Jimmy. Those are two different names. Why would I have named my son James if I wanted to name him Jimmy?
All right, so he's Edward Jimmy
Van Lanningham the Fourth. Yes.
Okay. All right.
What's hard to understand about that?
No, I'm just like I'm having a slow day. I'm sorry. I'll go talk to Eddie.
Do you know anything about babies?
Yes, I have delivered babies. That is a thing I have done. And I have done checkups on babies.
Are you seeing anybody right now?
No, I am single.
Have you met Jimmy?
Are you talking about Eddie again?
Yep.
Yes.
Sometimes I call him by his middle name because it's more attractive.
Oh, we have spoken before.
Maybe he could find another way to pay you. Unless you take flies. I got a lot of flies.
I do not. That is not a form of currency respected by anyone.
Tell you what, you do the juju that you do.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to Eddie.
Okay.
Also known as Jimmy. And see about getting you some dineros.
Okay. And by dineros, you really do mean money, right? Okay. All right. So, I've got you a new medication. This should help.
Made from badger pee? 'Cause that'd be weird.
It's not made from badger pee. That sounds
Okay.
really involved. Besides, badger pee doesn't have any sort of it's not useful.
Okay.
Anyway, these should help. I need you to take them 3 times a day with a full glass of water.
My watch broke.
3 times a day. Doesn't matter when. You told me your watch broke. You've never had a watch as far as I know.
Because it broke.
I know. It's been broken for 6 months. I've never seen you with a watch. Never. Ever.
You want a free night in a hotel?
No.
I can get you one.
I have a house like 3 miles from here.
Yeah, but you'd be closer to Eddie.
I have a house 3 miles from here.
It's free.
I have a house 3 miles from here.
It's a long way to go.
Do I need to go talk to Eddie, or are you gonna talk to Eddie for me?
Hey, Eddie.
What?
Eddie.
Shut up.
Eddie.
I'm busy doing stuff.
Eddie, put it away and get out of here.
What?
He's probably running the hotel. He's probably...
What is it?
You can balance the books later.
Yeah, well, that surprisingly takes very little time.
Dr. Caldwell needs payment for her medicines.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Doc. We need payment for rooms that we're not renting also.
Oh, I gave her a free one, so that she doesn't have to pay for that.
Thanks, Bubba.
I don't want that room, Eddie. We're fine.
Well, I mean, if
Have you met Dr. Caldwell?
Yes, we've met. We've met.
She's a doctor.
Several times.
Doctors are good at children.
Good at children?
They know how all the biology parts
How do you good
make
at children?
I think anyone knows how the biology parts make children.
Yeah.
This isn't an involved.
Are you volunteering?
No, I'm just letting you know that it's not.
I need an
you
heir.
don't need a doctor to
I don't even
handle
know
that.
what you two are talking about, but I'm already embarrassed for you.
I'm embarrassed for everyone.
Okay. I'm sorry about this, Doc.
No.
I need a new watch.
What? I didn't even know you had an old watch.
What? It broke.
So that's what you said. I really should be watching the front. Are we done? Can I get back out there?
Send him an invoice.
Okay.
Look,
Bubba, make sure you take your pills.
I'll pay you when I can. I'm sorry about that.
That's fine. I'm following up because I have been doing this for 6 months now without payment.
We're like everybody else in this town, you know. We're as broke as everyone. So.
Yeah. Just
I understand if you can't take
by.
any more of this.
Yeah. I'll keep bringing meds, maybe less often.
You should ask him out.
Okay. Let's move on with our day, shall we?
Yeah. Yeah. That was,
So when you're done, we'll let him continue looking at dead flies in the window. And
Got a lot of them now.
I know.
They're growing.
it's a good collection, yeah.
I know you do, Bubba.
I'm arranging them to keep the G-men away. They hate flies. Because it rhymes with spies.
Mm.
Well, you can always tell someone's character by how much they like flies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to go. I have a new puppy to check on.
Take me with you.
You
Yeah,
have
do
to
that.
stay here and run the hotel.
Take him with you. I'll watch the front desk. Just keep the door propped open. It'll be fine. If somebody rings, I'll call. I'll just yell at them. Whatever. Go with her.
Yeah, I wish I could. Okay, well, see you later, Doc.
I'm sure I'll be back next week. Call if you need anything. He takes those pills 3 times a day. 3 times a day. Full glass of water.
Doesn't matter what time, right?
No, like 3 times. You can't take them all together. That's
Not
why
all
I say
together.
3 times.
You have to take them. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feed him regularly? Like you can just
Man,
you
I
can
try.
just hand him the pills at that time.
Yeah, I'll squish it up in a piece of bread and feed it to him.
Black bread.
I know you do, Bubba. Okay.
Okay. That went. I left. Like I got in and got out. That was
Didn't get
effective.
paid, though.
I didn't get
Yeah.
paid. That was negative. Here's a black die for Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you got to take your pills.
Mm-hmm.
What you want now, Bubba?
I want Dr. Caldwell and Jimmy to go on a date.
Okay.
Get pregnant.
It doesn't work like that, man. We're just not into each other like that.
I'm not asking you to fall in love. I'm asking you to provide an heir.
I know what you're saying.
I'm setting this up. This is me with Jimmy.
Okay.
At Jimmy or Eddie, whatever.
I feel really bad for Eddie. Because his middle name is Jimmy, number 1, and number 2, you refer to him by both without any sort of, like, differentiation.
He knows I'm talking to him.
Alright.
Can I tell you something, Jimmy?
Can I possibly stop you from telling me something?
I want you to know something very important.
Okay.
I'm not actually sick.
Really?
I don't take the drugs and just spit them out the window when you're not looking. I've been fine for the last 6 months. I was trying to get you to meet Dr. Caldwell so that we can continue this running this hotel in our family for the foreseeable future.
So you do understand that you're not fine. You don't act like a normal, sane person.
I am fine, Jimmy.
None of this was your idea at all. This was me calling the doctor to have you taken care of.
And then I turned that into a plan for the betterment of our family.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Is
You
it?
have to take care of your family.
Okay, I think I'm taking care of you as best I can.
Mm-hmm.
That's
What
kind
about your future family?
of my plate's full right now with taking care of you. Remember
Just
that time?
call her.
Remember that time when you left the windowsill?
Yeah, every
And-
night I
and-
leave the windowsill and I go lay down.
Well, I mean that time in the daylight when you were chasing after that car in your underwear.
Almost got that one.
I know. That's the scary part.
They were chasing me.
That's insanely fast. The car was booking.
It's close.
It was kind of
They
terrifying
looked
for
at
me
me
to
funny.
see.
There's something wrong about them. I think it was a G-man.
Yeah, not enough flies in the window?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, why don't you just go back to looking out the window?
That's what you always say.
Well, you always end up doing it, so...
So I don't need your help to suggest it.
I just want to get ahead of it. You know what I mean?
I think you'd like the doctor if you met her.
I have met her.
Really sat down and talked to her for any period of time.
I have met her, and I do like her. She's a great lady. So,
1 week.
what's 1 week?
It's your deadline.
My
I'm
deadline?
going to call the lawyers. I'm going to write you out of the ownership of this property. This is my hotel.
It is your hotel. Is there any way we can do that faster? Can we speed that one along at all?
You have 1 week to find yourself an eligible childbearing person. Or just a child.
What? Wait a minute. What?
I need an heir.
Just find a child?
I need an heir.
You know you don't just find children, right?
Found you.
What? Please tell me you're joking. Or don't, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just look out the window. I'm sure I have some sort of work to do.
Are y'all doing this for me?
You've reasserted your time limit. Yeah. I mean,
No swear? What do you think?
I'm gonna say if you wanting to get out of the will is a good thing for you, then this ended well because now you know when that's gonna happen.
Well, it did well for him.
It did well for him. How'd it go for
For Kevin,
for Bubba?
for Bubba,
Mm-hmm.
for Bubba, I'm gonna say that went well. Because it's nothing
You've reasserted
particular.
your patriarchy and dominance in the family.
And you've also continued to not take your pills.
That's probably the real victory.
Yeah.
Because you're not really crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Spitting out the window. All right.
Why is the grass always dead in front of his window?
I also need you to call the lawyers for me. End of the week so we can sort this out.
Will do.
I am not threatening you lightly, son.
I understand that. I just want to ask you, in total seriousness, is there... You want me to call him right now?
I'm being generous and giving you a week.
I appreciate that. I do. I think I can do a week. I mean...
You can find yourself an heir
I'll find
in the next 7 days.
I'll find an heir somewhere in the next 7 days.
Some guest will die and leave a kid. It's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like that kind of hotel for sure.
Yeah.
That you abandon your child at.
Look, Bubba, you don't just like steal a kid like it's a badger at the zoo or something like that.
Can badgers own property?
I don't know. You don't get that joke because you don't watch the news or anything. So okay, never mind. Someone stole a badger recently. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Can badgers own property?
You know what? When I call the lawyers, we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out together.
All right, I think that's a good place to
They can't
That's
own
a good place
property. They can't own property.
Wasn't there a rumor or a classic story about someone like leaving their company to their dog?
You can't leave it to the dog. You have to leave it for someone in benefit of that animal.
What if I create a trust and put the dog as the owner of the trust?
They can't be the owner of the trust, but they can be the beneficiary.
I think my dog should be able to be the owner of a trust.
What kind of
It doesn't have
country is
thumbs.
this?
It doesn't have thumbs, and it is thereby limited.
So we just finished our scene.
That was the first
That
round.
was
of
first
scenes.
round.
So we get a
There's
second
another round
round,
to
and
go.
then we get the tilt.
Okay. So
I'm gonna eat this entire pan of Rice Krispie treats.
I told
It's not
Russell I'd
even-
take him one back, so I need you to not
Okay.
eat one of them.
good luck.
I need you to not eat one of them.
Who can make him more?
So what do I need to do? Just
Set up or resolve.
set up or resolve. We just finished our scene, so
Mhm.
just start with somebody else now.
Yeah, well, you
Well,
just
so you're-
whatever.
well, so it was
what
my
is
scene.
your
It
next?
was my scene. I was the focus. So you're not the focus. So you could have a scene with No Swear, who was a guest of your hotel that perhaps done you wrong.
Who doesn't particularly like you?
Okay.
Or you could have that date with Dr. Caldwell.
Or you
I've
can
been
call me
pushing
and let me
you
know that
for.
your father's not taking his medication.
Yeah.
That's a short conversation though. I think.
Yeah.
Let's do a scene with me and No Swear. Should you be staying? Yeah.
Yeah. I think I think that's good. I would like to think that I'm staying to
Like-
make sure that this badger incident doesn't get
Right.
out, and I can keep an eye on Dr. Caldwell.
I'm
Over
very
here.
dangerous.
Yeah.
You're listening out for badger-related news at the local
Okay.
hotspot.
I like that Matt is the straight man in this one because he's not been before, and I kind of appreciate it. You respond to things the same way I respond to
Yeah.
things, which is like ambivalent noises.
Yeah.
Okay, so you and I are.
Well, I guess first, are you setting up or resolving?
I think we should resolve and get.
You're
to,
gonna resolve?
Well,
Yeah.
It's just
Then
you.
we'll kind of like set stuff up for you.
yeah. I think.
So if
we,
you're not sure what to do, resolving's a great option. 'Cause
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
figure it out for you.
I think we should resolve our scene.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna resolve.
You're
so
gonna
we're
resolve the
set it
scene. Nico's just there.
up. Yeah.
So we know
I-
Jim doesn't like Eddie. He is wary of him.
I
Maybe-
could be
What
I
is
could be
y'all's-
I could be checking in
Yeah. What is the to get even?
Yeah,
to-
for humiliation.
by humiliating him.
Whoever
Him is
him is.
Yeah.
could really be in.
Maybe Eddie's making small talk about the badger theft.
I want more action.
Okay.
Uh,
Never mind.
Jim's in his
Kevin's
room.
got
Hold on.
this.
I've got a thing. Jim's in his room. Eddie's pounding on the door. Checkout was 3 hours ago, and he has not paid. But he knows he's in there.
There you go.
I don't know why he's not opening with the key, but
It's
there's only the one key,
It's
and
probably
he gave it to Jim
It's tied-
when he checked in.
it's-
It's barricaded. somewhere,
around
right?
Bubba's neck,
It's,
and he doesn't feel like dealing with that right now.
Well, you probably got a chair prep.
Yeah,
or something
like-
like
yeah.
that. Yeah. Jim, open this damn door.
No, he's not here right now.
I hear your voice. I hear your actual voice in there.
No, I think you must be mistaken.
Why doesn't my key work? What did you do to the door?
It looks like somebody. I don't know who. You gotta talk to the maintenance person. Put some gum inside of the lock.
I am the maintenance person. There's no gum inside of the lock.
Well, I
Open
mean,
the
you
door.
tell me then. This is your hotel.
Look, Jim, checkout was 3 hours ago. All right, you haven't paid.
I know, and I've checked out a lot of things since that time. So
What have you checked out? You're inside a dingy motel.
I'm checking out this bed, and I'm checking out a couple of chairs inside of here. Wobbly chairs, by the way. Again, you really got to talk to that maintenance guy.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's open up the door and you can talk to him face to face.
All right. And then Jim opens the door, and there's just bottles of whiskey everywhere.
My God, how long have you been here?
You know, a couple hours.
There's like 12 empty bottles on the floor.
Yeah, it's I don't know who put them in here.
Yeah, there's a couple of handles down there. That's not like little pilot whiskeys.
I
Those
mean,
are,
you're telling me I've been stepping over them all my stay.
yeah,
This is
Whew.
we gotta get this maintenance person inside of here.
yeah, that's me.
Okay, well, get to cleaning.
Get out.
All right, listen.
You have to. Here's your choices. You can leave now, or pay me money now.
Okay.
Or really, both could happen.
So here's a compromise. I'm gonna keep staying because I still ain't finished with my business yet. So we'll call it square then.
No, that's not. It's not square. You have to pay me money.
I mean, like I think you kind of owe me from giving me this room with all these bottles of whiskey inside of it.
I didn't give you a room with bottles of whiskey in it. You brought the whiskey into it. So here's the thing. You can pay me now, or I can call the cops.
Okay. Well, I think we both don't want no cops around here. So you're a reasonable businessman, and
I don't
I'm
have any problem with cops being around here.
All right. Well, that makes one of us. But here's
No, Bubba doesn't like it too.
We'll
It's really
G-Man, come get me.
Shut up.
that Bubba knows what he's talking about. You could learn a thing or two from your pappy up there.
Trust me,
And-
you can't.
Yeah.
Unless you're just really into flies.
You know, my mama told me to always trust a man with a lot of flies.
Yeah, I believe that.
And you know what? Just in respect for that man and all of his flies, I'm gonna give you the money.
Good.
I'm gonna keep on to my business.
Yeah, what's your business anyway?
It's I think that's private information.
Yeah,
Are you also the lawyer of this establishment too?
I'm not, but you give me some money and it becomes a little more private.
All right. Well, sounds like you're trying to extort me.
Well, it sounds like I'm trying to get my money that you already owe me.
All right. I'm gonna pay you, but you know.
When are you gonna pay me?
Listen here, Flint Kisser.
What? What does that even mean?
I ain't listening to terrorist threats. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pay you the money, and you're gonna keep your mouth quiet about it, cause Jim, no swear Hatley, always remembers when he's been wronged.
Okay, fair enough. So when do you think you're gonna pay me?
I'm sure I'll get around to it.
How about by nightfall? Let's say.
That's fair enough.
Okay.
So are you resolving that positively for you?
For me?
Yeah,
like
it's
that
for
one.
you. It's your
Yeah,
scene.
you're gonna get paid.
Yeah.
I feel like that went pretty well
Yeah.
for you.
I'll say
Cool.
positive.
Give that die away.
I'm gonna give that to you.
Hooray! I'm gonna say resolve. I don't really
Okay.
know where things are going right now.
I think I'd like to see a meeting of these two minds.
You go collaborate with
It's 3 a.m.
Bubba.
Like, are you actually an evil genius?
It's 3 a.m. You hear scratching at your door,
Oh God. Oh God. Okay.
and then the lock clicks open, and in walks Edward J. Bubba Van Lanningham III. You dead yet?
Who there?
Poke him a couple times. You dead?
Bubba, is that you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought that this was a 2 a.m. scratching, not a 3 a.m. scratching.
I'm seeing if you're dead. If you die, I'm keeping your stuff.
All right, Bubba.
You
That's
die in my hotel, it's my stuff.
You know, normally in a situation like this, I'd be upset, but I can't stay mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you got a lot of flies.
Mm-hmm.
So, now, Bubba, I've been meaning to talk to you. I know you talked to that Dr. Lisa Caldwell a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She, I know she's always trying to put that juju on you.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I like that juju.
yep.
It's good.
It's well, I think Dr. Lisa Caldwell, you know, she's a little bit too talkative sometimes. And we need to make sure she stays quiet, because between you and me, Bubba, I got a thing that I got to keep quiet with her.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help me out with that?
I mean, I only see her once a week.
Mm-hmm.
She gives me drugs I don't take and waves sticks at me. I'm not sure what that's about.
That sounds like the perfect thing to keep her busy.
Okay. Just saying, if you die, I'm keeping your stuff.
That's totally fine with me.
You're not the government, are you?
No, but you know who is? Dr. Lisa Caldwell.
No, she's not government. I checked.
Yes.
Flies didn't move at all when she got near. She's good.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I trust the flies, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess that can't really be argued.
Mm-hmm. She's clean. She washes her hands every time she touches me.
And after.
Well, as much as I enjoy these 3 a.m. visits, as
Do you have anything to do with a
customary.
badger? Jimmy told me there was something about a badger on the news, but I don't watch the news because it's full of them pundits who like to pundit and making things
I
up.
don't know who Jimmy is.
He's my son.
Oh, Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, his middle name's Jimmy.
Yeah, all right.
Sometimes
Jimmy
I call
Van
him
Halen.
Jimmy. Sometimes I call him Edward. No, Edward's my father. It's Edward, Eddie. Which one am I? Anyway, Jimmy was saying something about a badger. And I smelled badger coming from this part of the rest stop hotel room that we're in. I can smell a badger a mile away.
You know what? I've been smelling that badger too. And I think that Eddie might be hiding it.
Why would Eddie steal a badger?
That was my point exactly.
I'm pretty sure
That's-
badgers can't hold property.
That-
That is not going to solve his problem.
He said something about an air.
You a lawyer?
Can't say I am. Don't trust lawyers. Don't have any flies.
I need a lawyer. Need to find out about this badger
Mm-hmm.
and whether or not they actually can own property. Because if Jimmy's been lying to me about whether or not badgers can hold property, I think he might be trying to write me out of the will.
You know what? I'm going to extend my stay here just to help you out with this particular situation. And as a matter of fact, in exchange for my help, I need you to let Jimmy know that I'm staying here for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, my point exactly.
Mm-hmm. You can stay here as long as you find that badger before the end of this week.
You know what?
Bring me the badger.
My daddy always told me to trust a man with ultimatums,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm gonna take you up on that.
Bring me the badger. End of this week, I'll make him my heir.
You know what? That's a brilliant idea. Let's you know what? Let's do this. As is customary in this part of the world, we should take a blood oath on it.
I don't got a lot of blood left.
That's okay. Well, you can use some of mine.
All right.
And then so Jim No Swear Hatley.
Bubba just watches while Jim cuts his own hands
Yeah,
open.
yeah, he
He kind of rubs them together.
got his hands open and just kind of rubs them on each other.
Mm-hmm. That's a good blood oath.
Yep. And then he just kind of shakes it off as blood kind of splatters all over the place. And now that the blood oath has been set, we've solidified this deal.
Mm-hmm. Is that a positive resolution for you?
I'm gonna say that went well.
Okay.
I threw
You get to stay free.
Yeah, I get to stay for free.
So give your die away.
Shirked my responsibilities, as I feel I do a lot in this game.
Good shirking.
Yeah. I'm gonna set up this time.
Okay.
It's the next day,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna call Eddie because his dad was talking about writing him out of the will, And his dad can't, like, he's not mentally stable enough to make legal decisions. And, yeah. And I just want to let Eddie know that, like, if he needs me to, I'm glad to, like, submit paperwork regarding that fact or whatever. But if they call me into court and ask me about that will that he made changes to right now, I would tell them that it ain't no fucking good. But I make sure to secure my badger, who I'm getting along really well with. Before I call, I've decided
really
to call
good
him.
news.
I've decided to call him Sparkles. He sleeps most of the day, and I think he really likes it.
He's dayternal.
Yeah. I really so the magic is just I rub things on him periodically. Yep.
What do you rub on him?
Medical
Like-
implements.
Yeah.
Well, so
Chloroform.
I do know the little bit of hoodooing that I do know is periodically you rub like herbs and things on black cats and then use the herbs for things because black cats have magical properties. So obviously badgers have even more magical properties
Yeah,
because
they're full of juju for
Yep.
sure.
They
full
got
of
them
juju.
paws
Yep.
and the teeth
Yep.
and the tails.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are all things badgers have.
Yep. So
I've
I'm
seen
gonna.
badgers before. Who said I hadn't?
Yep. So I pick up my phone and I call Eddie as a concerned physician.
Manna Hotel.
Hi, Eddie.
Hi. Who's this?
This is Dr. Caldwell. I'm calling because yesterday your dad was talking about making changes to his will.
Oh, yeah, he talks about that kind of stuff every now and then.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know because I understand that he can be a handful.
Trust me, you don't understand.
Okay, maybe I don't. You talk to him every day. I do not.
Yeah.
But I did want to let you know that if for some reason he does decide to change his will right now, he's definitely not mentally competent to do that. And if
I agree.
Yeah, legally, like if he changed it and then he died and like his will was in question, like we could, like the court, you could easily call it into question and get everything reverted back to the way it was before he changed anything.
Come on, Doc. You've seen this place. You really think I care about losing out on any of this?
I mean, you could get it and then demolish it and sell the land. I mean, that's a reasonable thing to do.
That'd probably cost more to demolish it than the land is worth, honestly.
That's fair.
Thank you, though, for your concern. I really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I just wanted to keep you in the loop because this is normally there is gentle threatening of will changing, but this was very adamant.
He only does adamant, and he doesn't mean half of it. You gotta take everything he says with a grain of salt.
But yeah, if he's gonna call, there's one lawyer in town, and I'm going to name him.
Yeah, what's his name?
Daniel.
Ah,
Daniel. If he's gonna call Daniel,
Daniel.
just let me know first, and I'll go ahead and talk to Daniel. And
I have heard good things about Daniel.
Daniel's great.
Yeah.
If anyone wrote your dad's will, it was Daniel.
The old Manna Hammer, they call him, right? Isn't that what the ads say?
That is what the ads say. Yes.
Ah,
Yep.
good old Daniel.
Yep. I don't know why anyone would want to be called a hammer, but
What
that's
you don't know
fine.
about Daniel, that guy can put away some fireball shots.
That is so good to know. No, it makes me very glad there are so many people here in town that all went to high school together.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
before that, they went to middle school together. And before that, they went to elementary school together. And before that, they were in preschool together.
It's a small town.
And
I don't
before
know why
that,
that's
their
shocking
mothers
to you.
all got pregnant in high school. Like, it's just, it keeps going back and back and back. And it makes me very glad that I just happened to come upon this little town.
Yeah.
Rather than being born here.
I don't think my mom was pregnant in high school. But I remember hearing a whole lot of stories about my mom being pregnant.
I don't... Yeah, I don't...
I mean, I wasn't born, so...
You weren't born. You wouldn't know. I mean, I wouldn't... If your dad telling you anything right now is not going to be reliable.
my dad told me he found me.
I mean, I guess you could check records for that. I actually, the doctor who was in town before, I still have all of his medical records. If you want me to, I can pull anything you want.
Dude, you know, it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
He told me one time he found me when I was just a head. I was just a head laying in the street, and he and his friends used to bounce me, like, between each other.
That sounds horrifying. How old were you?
It didn't really happen.
I know, but the fact that your father told you that.
That was just a few months ago.
Oh, it's not like you weren't like 3 and your dad told you that he found you as a head in the middle of the street.
Just a squishy head in the middle of the road.
All right. That's a horrifying. That's a scary thing for an adult to tell
he did
anyone.
say I laughed while they were doing it, so they thought I enjoyed it. It's really detailed embellishment.
All right. So again, if he calls Daniel or he wants to call Daniel, just let me know first, and I'll talk to Daniel.
You got it, Doc.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for calling. It's,
Yeah. I'll be out.
I don't talk to a lot of people when I'm sitting here at the front desk.
Yeah.
The happiest place on earth is what I like to call this one.
Jimmy, what are you doing down there?
Shut up.
Yeah. I will.
You call the lawyers yet?
I will be by next week.
All right, Doc. Thanks again for calling.
Yep. I relayed the information. Nothing bad happened to my badger. That was positive.
That's positive.
Give your dial back.
I'm gonna
Yay.
give that to my bud there. Guys, we only have bad,
Yeah,
have
there's
y'all seen
only
the
bad
pool?
things
Have y'all
that
seen
are
the
gonna
pool?
happen later. We've used 2 negative dice and a lot more positive ones. All right, this is the last scene before the act break and the tilt. Do I want to set up or resolve? I think I want to set up. I think. We find Edward J. Bubba Van Lanningham III. Having on the phone talking to Daniel the Manna Hammer. Daniel the Manna Hammer Sr. The classic.
Not the lawyer.
Not the lawyer.
They just call him
His
Manna Hammer for a different reason.
It's a family name. The fact that he's the Manna Hammer has nothing to do with being a lawyer.
All them Daniels played football. They Manna hammered so many things.
Maybe you should shake it up and leave the windowsill.
Well, I'm leaving the windowsill, I think. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm really concerned about this badger.
Why are you concerned about this badger?
Someone stole a badger from the zoo.
They did, that's true.
He's right. G-Men
He's
are
obsessing now.
Gonna come looking.
No, not for a badger.
It's going to draw down too much heat.
Not good for the town.
Not for a badger.
The badger is really important to this town.
Badgers live in the woods sometimes. Like, they... Alright.
We got a mystery to solve.
I wouldn't look too far into the badger.
Edward J. Bubba Van Lanningham
The third.
Is going to walk the 3.5 miles to the Manna Zoo, and look for evidence on the badger theft.
What do we still have between us? We stole that badger. We have that wig.
Yeah, that wig is going to be important.
Okay, cool. So you've made that walk. There is some poor high schooler sitting at the front gate of the Manna Zoo where they ask for donations because
I'm looking for the badger.
Oh, hi sir. How are you?
Have you seen the badger?
No, the badger escaped or got taken. We're not sure. The badger's not here. We have other badgers. We're missing one.
The badger totally cheesed it, dude.
Nathan, shut up.
Whatever, man.
Did you want to see the rest of the zoo? The other badgers?
How many badgers do you normally have?
We normally have 5 badgers.
Now you only got 4.
Now we only have 4 badgers. It is a different number of badgers. Yes, sir.
Do you know much about the history of this town, youngster?
I know that as soon as I get my admission letter.
Who's your father?
Daniel.
Daniel?
The Manna Hammer.
I know you were Pappy.
That's probably true. Yep. And I'm going to go to law school.
Hey, lady bro, I think he's hitting on you.
Nathan. Oh my god. And as soon as I get my acceptance letter, anywhere else other than here, I'm out. And then I'm going to go to law school, and then I'm never coming back. And Daddy knows.
See the badger pen.
I can't walk you there. I can stay in this very small space. I can have Nathan do it for you.
Nathan, we're going to the badger pen.
Whatever, man.
We're going to search this badger pen top to bottom. I need you to hold the badgers while I search.
I mean, I don't see why not.
I'm going to search this badger pen for clues.
I mean, you know, whatever,
Have
dude.
the police been here?
I think you're the only police that's come here.
We'll keep it that way.
All right.
Nobody else shows up. Any other G-men? You say no men.
Okay. Are they gonna be like wearing a G on them, or how do I?
Oh, you'll know.
Oh,
You'll know.
I'll take your word for it, man. You seem like a trustworthy dude.
All right, can you...
You got a lot of flies.
You been looking at my flies, boy?
Only like directly.
Okay. What, do I find something? This is the resolution portion.
I would-
Resolution portion. Part of it's me screaming at Nathan because he shouldn't be in the badger pen.
I feel like
Really shouldn't be.
I feel like Nathan is also having no trouble at all holding
Just like
these badgers.
cradling
Like
a series of badgers.
they're giving him no problems at all.
Nathan, the most soothing.
These badgers
He's
are...
just-
You a badger whisperer?
He just got like armful of badgers.
He's just like
They're just like looking over his arm, and they're very content. They're very happy.
I'm just like submitting to what's happening.
You're good at them badgers, boy.
Nathan, get the fuck out of the badger pen! Jesus Christ!
Whatever, man. Sometimes badgers need to be picked up.
Nathan, you holding the badgers again, bro?
Yeah, dude, I think that's why the other one left.
That's hella tight.
They don't get held enough.
Nathan, Alex, shut the fuck up! Nathan, get out of the pen!
Whoa. This lady's harshing my mellow, man.
What do I find in the badger pen?
Do we throw Kevin a bone? Does Kevin find a thing? Does Kevin find the wig?
I feel like that, but isn't that object between us?
Yeah, but it's still
It's
between
important to
us.
you.
It's important
Between
to us,
us,
but Kevin
yeah.
just found it.
There you go.
Bubba found it.
I'm gonna say yes. Yeah.
There's a badger that was wearing it previously.
Part of me wants to say no just because we're still on this, like, everybody having positive resolution.
Yeah, you need a negative resolution.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna
Alright.
You don't
say
find anything, but this dude is super good at holding
And
badgers.
I'm gonna say that instead, you find the one badger that I'm not holding,
And he's really upset.
and he's really pissed because he's jealous of the other.
He's not
badgers
being held because
that are
Nathan
being
is
held.
out of room in his arms. Nathan can only hold 3 badgers
Nathan,
at
I
once.
told you, don't you? Ow! Ow! Ow!
Oh,
This
man.
badger's eating me!
That's Happy.
Get it off! Get it off!
Happy's not too happy,
Start
bro.
flinging my arm around. Got a badger attached.
Dude, watch out for Happy, bro.
And then Nathan puts down the other badgers.
He's got shots.
who just like lay on the floor and do nothing because I put them on the floor, and I walk over, and the second
Nope, I'm running away with the badger.
okay, all right.
Attached to my arm.
Jesus Christ! I'm gonna call the cops. I'm gonna call the doctor. Nathan, put the badgers down.
Man.
Dude, they're going
Happy.
to another badger.
They took Happy,
Nathan,
man.
go get Happy back.
All right.
The very helpful girl at the front kiosk, who's the only one they allow to touch money at the zoo, is calling the police and also the doctor.
Meanwhile, Nathan and the badgers are having a heart-to-heart about Happy's departure.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to give this
Ooh.
to Mr. Hadley. Because he told me not to worry about the badgers, but one just bit me. So I'm not cool about that.
I also want to nominate that the girl at the zoo is named Hannah.
Yeah.
Hannah the Manna. Hannah.
Yep.
Hannah the Manna.
The Manna Hammer.
Yep. That was yep. Was all my aunts before me. My every female
Classic
sibling
family
that my dad had. Yep.
This town was actually stuck in a time loop.
Yep.
There's also your married in Aunt Lana.
Yeah. Yep. Granddad told him he had to. Once he met a girl named Lana, it had to. Yeah. They're not allowed to get a divorce because the only lawyer in town is my dad.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to stop
Hannah.
it here.
I feel real bad for Hannah.
Thanks for listening to Catastrophic. Tune in next week for the thrilling conclusion to Hotel Badger. If you like the show, please tell your friends. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/catastrophicpodcast. Follow us on Twitter at FIasco Podcast. Or just visit our website at catastrophic.horse. Why .horse? Why not? Hello and welcome to Catastrophic, the improvisational storytelling podcast where we use the RPG Fiasco to make up a movie. This week is the conclusion to last week's episode using the Manna Hotel playset by Dan Puckett. Let's roll for the tilt.
All right.
Roll your dice. Cool. So 8 white, 1 black, 7 white, 5 black. So you and I get to pick the tilt elements using the 4 dice that we have. So we've got a 1, a 4, a 3, and a 5.
You know I love mayhem.
Yeah, mayhem. You want to use
Mayhem
our
is
one for a
actually
mayhem?
Matt's favorite.
I just love mayhem in general.
Yeah,
I know
there's a
you
general
do.
rule.
I know.
So we'll throw some mayhem out here on the table.
It's just a quality
Cold-blooded
line.
score settling. So we got mayhem, cold-blooded score settling. So use that 5. So we're gonna have a 3 and a 4 left. So we've got guilt or innocence. We could go innocence collateral damage with 3,
Ooh.
4, or we could go 4.
Well, you get a wild
3.
card.
Yeah, theoretically. Or somebody develops conscience. I don't know. I kind of
I like that, actually.
like collateral damage.
There's 2 badgers on the loose.
Yeah.
I feel one badger is on the loose.
And another
I'm
one is
doing-
Captain.
One is.
I'm doing just fine with the other badger.
I want to see your mystic skills actually in use in this act. I think that's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
Turns out you were actually.
I'm actually magical the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep. If your dad took those pills, everything would have been better.
And maybe even immortal.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I've been alive for a bit.
Your magic power is to project into other people's mind not real hotels.
Yeah.
This whole time, we're just standing.
It was just a
collateral
dream.
damage.
The entire Manna Hotel, all 4 generations of it.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're all fake.
So when we get started off here, we kick off with some of this stuff.
Well, so this
necessarily.
stuff shows up in the second act. This is, of course, in the second act, things get worse, which is going to be pretty easy because we got a lot of black die left. We got 5 versus 3 white. So things are going to get worse, definitely. Same policy of set up or resolve. As it's your turn, Matt,
Okay.
you can choose. Do you want to set up or resolve?
I'm going to set up.
Okay.
Only because I just have this weird image
Yeah.
of Eddie is cleaning the pool.
Mm-hmm. Does
Isn't
the pool have water in it?
Isn't the pool empty? It's just full of leaves.
It's got a lot of leaves, but it's not empty.
But they're not
It's filled exclusively with leaves.
To be
He's
sure,
cleaning
there
it
are
with
a
a
ton
pool
of leaves in there. And it's about time I got around to cleaning
He's
it.
using
and
a
as I clean
pool
the,
skimmer.
As I clean it, I see that it's not much better under the leaves.
Yeah.
It's more leaves.
There's-
Leaves all the
or
way
a
down.
blonde wig.
Or
But,
a blonde wig.
And I would also like to point out that Nathan, I feel, is pretty innocent.
Aw, Nathan!
If we need to throw him into that.
He's not like Hannah. You can't trust that one.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
Hannah the Manna Hammer.
Nope. I was named so my name would rhyme with a old sports nickname.
Or worse,
Yeah.
it's been legally changed to your family name. Like the entire family is the Manna Hammer.
Oh. I can't wait until I turn 18 and get that fixed. Everything's sad for Hannah. Hannah is sad a lot.
There is a rumor that they actually took a trip to Alabama just so she could be born. Hannah,
Hannah
from Alabama.
Hannah, the Alabama Manna Hammer.
Hannah's got it rough.
Hannah's just sad a lot.
Her parents really suck.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah.
And they're also just not very good lawyers because once they got distracted by this whole rhyming scheme, they really stopped lawyering.
It's good for advertising.
We have like a 7th edition blue book in the I'm sorry.
That's a lawyer joke.
I'm sorry. Sorry, guys.
Whoever listens to this and is also a lawyer thinks that joke was hilarious. I trust because with your conviction you said it.
Yeah.
It was probably very funny.
I was I forgot where I was.
Yeah, that's like it's like Kelly's blue book, is that right?
Yes, it's very
Okay.
similar. Super similar.
Yep, I got it.
Yep.
Sharp as a whip over here. He can't get anything past Jim No Swear
now,
Hadley.
There's a bunch of lawyers going, number one, finger in the air. That's my girl right there.
Our lawyer contingent is going to be huge after that joke.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna.
I know what it's Pearl Before Swine, man.
It's it tested well
Bubba
with the
doesn't
lawyer.
get my jokes either.
Yeah.
It did. Tested well with that lawyer
It's,
subgroup. Yeah.
Definitely.
I tried to crack a joke about a badger earlier, and Bubba didn't get it. So it happens. So I'm cleaning the pool.
Mm-hmm.
I need some help on this. I just kind of have that image that it's funny that he's cleaning the pool.
But it's you
for
cleaning the
years.
pool. Has it?
Yeah.
It can't have been like I wouldn't have come back just for funsies, because I would.
Why would you go
like that.
there for funsies?
Yeah.
Bubba Van Landingham has been bitten repeatedly
Oh right, you were
by,
bitten
a
by a
badger.
badger. Okay. All right.
And
All right.
there you go. So there's
So-
the scene.
In
I'm
every
putting
Hannah
in the pool.
Hannah called me and was like, Miss Dr. Caldwell, like, remember that crazy man that lives in the hotel? I'm like, yes. Got bit by a badger. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and head out there. That sounds all right. So I'm heading out to the hotel.
Bubba's nowhere to be found.
Yeah. I interrupt Eddie and his Eddie.
Hey Doc, what are you doing up here?
I got a call that your dad was downtown at the zoo
God, what?
and got bit by a badger, and I was gonna come here and preemptively like cut him off to resolve the badger bite issue.
I'm sorry.
But he's not here.
Can we back that
He's
up?
not in the windowsill, and I don't know where he goes otherwise.
Can we back that up a second?
Yes.
What?
So, you know Hannah?
Hannah the Manna Hammer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Hannah called. Hannah works at the zoo because it looks really good on her college resumes, her college applications. And
God, what is she applying for?
she's told me anywhere but the state of Kansas. So she has a lot of options, and she's very smart.
Working
she's
at that
going
zoo
to.
is going to look great on a college resume.
It's going to look better than being her legal name being Hannah the Manna Hammer.
Wow.
Anyway,
Touche.
I'm glad I didn't go to school with Daniel. So she called.
You have no idea.
She called and let me know that your dad came by.
Yeah.
Like, well, she said the crazy man that lives at the hotel, which really just means your dad.
Yeah.
That your dad came by, was asking questions about the Badgers, and you know Nathan, that weird kid.
I know Nathan. He's not weird at all. That kid's great.
Nathan.
Have you seen what he does with the Badgers?
Yes, he picked up the Badgers so your dad could explore the Badger enclosure.
Did he hold up all four of them?
but
I think he only do 3 at a time.
Yeah, he can, apparently. That's what Hannah told me through shouting. And your dad found the last Badger, who was helpfully... there were dudes shouting back and forth, and the Badger's name was Happy. But I figured your dad would come back here.
Happy's a mean one.
Sure. I don't know very much about the Badgers at the zoo.
You should go.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's not a thing I know about. But your dad got bit by a badger, and I was going to help because I'm the only doctor in town, but I don't know where he is. I assumed he would have come back here, but he's not in his windowsill. Like, I've never not seen him in the windowsill, so I don't know where he'd be.
Sometimes they'll take off after cars.
Your father was bit by a badger.
Well, yeah, you know what? So you're telling me my dad's bit by a badger. My response is kind of like, why not, right? That does seem like something he would do. I'm sorry, I'm not more sympathetic about this. I deal with this kind of thing all the time.
Okay, do you know where he would be or where he would go?
Aside from the zoo, he does like the zoo quite a bit. Unless he's running laps around that place, he probably would come back to his window.
Okay, so if I wait here, your dad might come back. Like, I can't. I've got my cell on me. No one else has called about your dad.
Yeah, you think that he'd be? I mean, we only have one guest right now. We can ask him if he's seen them. But I just I don't have any idea.
Y'all have a guest?
If you want to call it that. This is a dude that don't want to pay his bill, but yeah, he's
Y'all have a guest? People pay. Never mind.
You don't have to seem that shocked by it.
You do a really good job, Eddie. You really do.
At this moment, Jim walks out to complain about the cable not working.
Eddie.
What, you got money for me?
No, I mean your daddy sold that already. But
of course he
this
did.
This cable situation isn't gonna work for me.
Yeah, we don't have cable in the rooms.
Doc is over here too. You know Doc?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very small town.
Oh man, did she tell you that Blue Book joke? It's real funny. You gotta tell that joke sometime.
You know what? Hannah told me a joke about that one time, and I don't understand what that kid's talking about.
Yeah. Oh man, funny stuff. So I'm gonna say, just in honor of your daddy, I'm gonna say you should have the cable fixed by nightfall.
You mean installed? Because we don't offer cable in our rooms.
Oh yeah.
That could be the problem.
I just been watching that little fridge, I guess. All right.
Well, you're lucky because the broadcast TV in this town is less entertaining than watching a fridge.
I trust that you're gonna get that all taken care of.
Yeah.
Doc, I think I should be seeing you real soon. I'm in close proximity now that I'm staying here.
How do you two know each other?
Jim had a hurt wrist when he came into town, and he came to see me because I'm the only doctor in town.
Yeah, my wrist was hurting real bad. I got the wristitis, I think.
Pretty sure that's not a thing.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
I don't claim to be a doctor.
I gave him a cortisone injection. He's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
Exactly.
Glad
she gave me a cornhole injection. It's just fine now.
I guess that explains all the noise in the room that night you first got into town.
Yeah, it certainly does. It was not a badger, so I don't know where you got that idea, but anyways.
Speaking of that, why do I smell badger all of a sudden?
Maybe your dad's coming back.
It's like the two of you together. I don't know where this is coming from.
What do badgers even smell like?
Clearly, you've never been to the Manna Zoo.
No.
You definitely got his daddy's sense of smell. That's for sure.
Maybe does it mean your dad's coming back?
It could be.
Okay.
I think we should follow that line of logic for sure.
Where have you seen Bubba?
Bubba?
Yes.
Yeah, he came in for his 3 a.m. scratching.
What does that
What?
mean?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I can't be explaining, simple terms to y'all.
You could try.
Well, I think it's all semantics, really. But yeah, I saw him at the 3 a.m. scratching, and we had a good heart to heart, and I think that was the last I saw of him.
Eddie, who do you think was scratching who?
Wait, is the 3 a.m. scratching? Is that cowboy bar down the road?
Let's say yeah.
What was my dad doing out at that place?
God.
Okay. I don't understand this conversation at all. Really, I was actually going to come and find you and see if you've seen him. Have you seen him?
As of late, no. I've just been minding my own business.
Yeah, watching the fridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a funny fridge you got in there.
Yeah, I always thought so.
Okay,
How does this go for you?
I have someone I need a doctor that I can't locate.
That's not good.
That's not good.
If we do a positive resolution,
He could show up.
Bubba could come
Yeah,
bursting into
Bubba
the scene.
shows up.
Or we could find him as you're skimming the leaves inside of the leafy pool.
He's at the bottom of the leafy pool, just hanging out there.
Oh no, even better. He's under the leaves, just under the surface of the leaves. And I skim the leaves open, and there's Bubba. Looking up out of the water.
I'm sleeping here.
I definitely scream. My character shrieks. Bubba, what are you doing in the...
Bubba,
What?
there's some biscuit inside there.
Oh my lord.
Those
Bubba, you gotta get out of the pool. This is not
tripped.
sanitary.
Bubba, you're
back.
bleeding.
I
Get
know.
out of the pool.
Don't you have an open wound on your arm?
I have several open wounds.
Where's Happy?
What's a happy?
Where's the badger? Hannah called me.
Is it near here? I smell badger.
I mean, like, I really hate being the voice of reason in a lot of situations, but maybe we should treat this man's...
I need you to
this
get out of the
man's
pool
wounds.
because I'm not getting in the pool.
Just
Reach
skim
further
him
down,
out.
Pull out a soggy badger. Is this one happy?
He doesn't look like it right now, but yes, likely.
Shake him.
I can
He's
call...
been a mean one.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Hannah back. You get out of the pool and I'm gonna have a look at your arm, okay?
Just holding the badger at arm's length. If I let go, he's gonna bite me again.
Yeah? Hand him to Jim.
I'm pretty sure that badger is dead. It's been underwater for God knows how long.
Maybe that's why it stopped biting me.
Maybe the
At least we
doctor
know
could
just drop
confirm
it.
this, but it
This
certainly
is
looks
gonna-
like a dead badger.
Yeah,
Just
it
drop
looks like
it
a
and
dead
it pops
badger.
back into the pool.
Oh, God. Okay. Okay. I need you to get out of the pool, Bubba, so I can have a look at your arm.
Okay.
Because I'm not getting in the pool.
It's nice in here.
It's
The leaves make it soft.
I need you to get out of the pool.
Okay.
Okay.
Getting out of the pool.
Thank you.
You've been in that water, so that arm's coming off. I can tell. I know already.
Well, maybe if you cleaned it so a little more often.
Well, I'm cleaning right now.
Bubba,
Shut
let's
up.
go inside. Let's have a look at that arm. Let's get you back to your windowsill. How does that sound?
Someone's been stealing badgers.
I mean, you stole a badger sort of
Yeah, you ran off
indirectly.
Badger stole me. That's different.
I don't. Okay, let's get you to your windowsill, and I'm gonna see about your arm.
I'll sit here and wait.
Okay.
God,
I ain't
I'm
been
gonna
taking
pay
your
for this.
drugs.
What was that?
Your drugs.
I know. That's why they're not working.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We're going inside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stitch up your arm
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully keep it from getting some sort of terrible pool leaf related disease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You'll be lucky if it's only leaves that get in there.
Mm-hmm.
People throw all kind of crap in that pool.
Yeah, I stepped on something earlier. It was pointing.
Okay, I'll have a look at that too. All
I
right.
threw some whiskey bottles in there earlier.
Alright. Okay.
Can you get tetanus from a whiskey bottle?
No.
No, you can get pretty good drunk, though.
Okay. That was positive. I found my patient, right?
Very positive.
Positive. Good job. Good job, team. Good job, team.
Oh.
That could have gone on forever if we let it.
Here, blow me up, dog. Oh, that was too good.
You could have read at that one. That was.
Oh, that was too good.
Alright, how you doing, Bubba?
I'm better.
You killed that there badger.
I got bandages on my arm. I think.
Doc always does muttering when she's wrapping up your arm. You don't know why.
I think
She
I'm gonna
mutters a
set
lot.
up. So I'm gonna continue as Bubba. I'm gonna continue my attempts to pair up Dr. Lisa Caldwell and my son, quote unquote. And I figure the best way to do this is to figure out who Dr. Lisa Caldwell really is and break into her house.
Cool. So as the only doctor in town, I am like moderately well paid.
Mm-hmm.
I have a small, modest home, probably a couple of bedrooms, second story, and a basement. And everything's thoroughly locked, and there's a security system.
I'm gonna get a rock. I'm gonna break one of the basement windows.
Yep.
I'm gonna go
What
into
time of the day
basement.
is it?
I'm waiting until you're at work. This is like afternoon.
Okay.
You're at the office.
All right, I'm at the office. I didn't know I had an office. I assumed I practiced out of my home, but that is fine.
Well, maybe you do. Maybe your office is on a different floor of the
My
building.
office is on the first floor. I am at the office.
Oh, but if you're there, why would your burglar alarm be turned on?
No, you're right. Yeah.
I don't think it would be if I
It wouldn't
yeah.
be. But I might hear glass breaking and
There you go.
Badger panic in the basement.
What do I find in the basement?
You
Panicking badger?
a sleeping badger? I don't know.
That's the one!
Oh God!
The
What?
missing badger.
What the fuck was that?
Is this after you...
Yeah, I'm better now.
Okay, you're better.
I mean, I got lots of bandages and a crutch, but I'm better now.
I definitely dial 911 while locking the basement door so whoever's down there can't come up. After considering a moment, I've got to figure out what to do about my badger, though, because I did steal a badger.
You did.
I did drug a dude, and he helped me steal a badger.
Maybe you can use your powers on him.
Yeah, I'm okay, so
Jedi mind trick.
yeah,
Sort of
Jedi
thing.
mind trick. I've already called
So
the
I find
police.
the badger.
Panicking, calling the police, and then I head
I
downstairs.
stuff the badger into one of them cases. There's like
Bubba!
medical handlebags.
Bubba, what are you doing?
I found the badger.
You
I'm bringing him
Bubba,
back.
stop it! He's not happy.
He's biting me.
He is.
I'm trying to get him in his bag.
He is. Bubba, look up at me.
You ever get a weird sense of like you done this before?
Yes.
I
Bubba.
feel like I've been bitten by a badger a lot lately.
You have. I need you to put the badger down.
I'm trying to put him into the case.
No, put the badger back where you got it.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I found the badger.
You did?
It's in this weird room. You got a lot
Uh-huh.
of candles in here. You were one of them romantic types?
Yes. Yes.
You into
Innkeepers.
fourth generation men
I don't know
of
what
the
that
same
means.
family?
I don't know what that means. Why don't,
I saw you making
That sounds like inbreeders.
yeah, it does.
saw you making eyes at my son there.
I don't really make eyes at anyone.
He still needs an heir.
I am, yeah, I don't make eyes at anyone. Why don't you come upstairs and I'll have a look at those bite marks on your arm?
I'm taking the badger with me.
No.
I need to get him back to the zoo with his friends.
No, you leave the badger there.
Doctor,
Yes.
you've been trying to help me a lot.
Yes.
And nothing you've done has done me any good.
Because you don't take the
I
pills
never
I
got bit
give
by
you.
a badger before I met you.
You don't take... I've known you for 6 months. This has been a recent development. You want to know who you've also known the amount of time you've been bit by badgers? Jim.
So you're saying Jim, no swear Hatwell is responsible for my badgers.
I'm saying that there's a strange correlation there.
There's a strange correlation there.
Yep.
Yep.
Are you gonna put that badger down?
I'm gonna put that badger down.
Thanks. Let's go upstairs, and I'll get your badger bites all fixed up.
Let's go upstairs and get my badger bites fixed up.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Come on up.
I'm coming up.
Good. That went well for me. I don't know about for you. It went poorly, probably.
Yeah, you got mind tricked.
And bit a couple times
Yeah,
by a badger.
and bit by a
Yeah.
badger. And
not too fun.
I've put in your mind that Jim probably had something to do with it, which was also bad for Jim.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You gonna set up or you gonna resolve?
Still have tilt elements too.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
We're getting closer to this one now that I've been Jedi mind tricked.
Yeah.
Just a little hoodooing. Also, there's fixing up those badger wounds mostly involves strange muttering and weird herby rubs, and but your arms feel really like a lot better.
My arms feel really a lot better.
Yeah, I'm gonna... So I called the police earlier because someone broke into my house.
Mm-hmm.
That was you.
That was me.
That was you. I'm gonna call them back because I know you don't like them.
I don't like them.
There's only one police officer in town. He would have taken a little while to get here anyway. Okay. So I'm doing that for you because I know you don't like police officers.
I'm gonna kill Jim Hatley.
But in what kind of blood?
Okay.
I don't know what color his blood is.
It's probably red. Lots of people have red blood.
You got that Nathan kid's number? He's
Uh,
real good with badgers.
Yeah, I actually,
No one was suspected if a badger killed him.
no, I guess not. This is all working out better for me than I expected, which I appreciate. I can, yeah, I can get you that number. Yeah, I got you. So I call the police, so the police do not show up, and I get him Nathan's number via Hannah, who periodically comes and talks to me because she hates everything.
She seems like she hates everything.
Alright. So that went... Yeah. You gonna set up or you gonna resolve?
Have we gotten into this yet?
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Do we
y'all
need to-
obviously don't like each other. That's a good start.
There's not a lot of hymns to humiliate. So.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
It could be Daniel.
Could be Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
It could be Daniel.
There's no way
Daniel
it's
could have...
Nathan.
No, Nathan is a
Nathan's
sweet,
good
innocent
kid.
child.
I feel
yeah.
like he's
There's nothing bad will happen to
I feel
someone
like
as
he's
innocent
also
as Nathan.
impervious to humiliation as well. Given that he's just utterly okay with everything that happens.
I like that he's the ultimate badger,
It's the
badger whisperer. Yeah.
All
Nathan
right.
is an endearing child.
Let me set up. I am going to burst into your room. Jim, no swear, Hatley.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, get out of here. I need to clean this room.
Hey, this is 3 a.m. Scratching?
It's regular old time of day.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
The sun is out in everything.
Did they get dye? Did y'all get dyes?
Um,
Because I have 3.
I have
yeah,
two.
we should. Because we should...
Oh, I didn't get one.
you
of
didn't.
those.
No.
How was your resolution?
That was a long time ago.
I don't think it was good, actually. Yeah, we skipped over that. Cause
Yeah.
How was your
I found my
resolution,
dad
Jen?
hiding under the leaves covering the pool.
I don't even really
Oh, we
remember that
skipped?
scene.
We skipped the gym scene. That's what happened.
Okay. Alright, that threw us off.
Cool. Let's have a gym scene
Let's
right
have a
now.
gym scene right now. That seems like a
Sweet,
good
yeah.
thing to do.
Okay.
Jim, what do you want?
I'm
Because you were a part of that scene, and so I think
Yeah.
we made that into...
Ah.
Yeah, we just jumped off of that.
Yeah.
My bad.
So Jim, you get an extra scene.
I'm gonna say that for no I'm gonna set up and I'm gonna follow this line of getting even by humiliating him, and even though to an extent I kind of irrationally don't care for Eddie, that's the person that I'm gonna get even with. I don't know what specifically about.
Okay.
But so the scene is starting in Dr. Lisa Caldwell's home, and this is prior to the
break-in.
Prior to the break-in, and Lisa is getting a nighttime glass of water, and she turns on her kitchen light and finds Jim sitting in her kitchen.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Hi, Jim. How are you?
Well, if it isn't Dr. Lisa Caldwell.
I live here.
Yep.
Why did my security alarms go off, Jim?
You know, my daddy always told me that security alarms were just a mechanism to get in the way of friendship.
Okay. Your father sounds terrifying. Why are you here?
I need something from you, Doc.
Okay.
I need, because I helped you steal this badger.
You did.
I need to settle a score here, and I need to get even with Eddie. And I know you you talk to Eddie every now and again.
Yes.
And I really want to humiliate him.
Okay.
What is the most humiliating thing for a man of prominence such as Eddie?
Eddie's pretty much given up on his life, honestly. I mean, he might have been teased in high school. I don't know.
Well, the answer is to have somebody he went on a date with say he has a little weenie.
All right. Sure, that sounds embarrassing, I guess.
So I need you to go on a date with him.
Okay.
Just tell everybody in the town how little his weenie is.
I don't know if anyone will. So Manna is a small town, but we're not a backwards town. Everybody except I guess everyone at the hotel knows that I'm a lesbian. So I'm not sure how much they're gonna believe me.
Listen to me, you continuing headache.
Whoa. All right, Jim.
I need this
Good
from
old
you.
no swear.
I helped you out a lot here,
You did.
and it's only fair that we settle our debts. You tell everybody in the town you got a little weenie.
I'm not even bisexual. Like, why? No one's going to. This doesn't have anything to do. No one's going to believe me.
Tell him he whipped it out and showed it to you. No reason.
But.
That you could tell him that you were examining his private parts.
Okay. Jim Hatley, you will leave my home.
Hang on a second, I was looking at something. What did you say?
Jim Hatley, you will leave my home.
All right. But after the weenie thing, right?
No.
Okay.
You will leave my home.
All right, you know what? Get the sneaking suspicion that I want to leave this home.
You do. That's
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'll talk to you later. Just tell everybody about his little weenie, okay?
I'm not going to do that,
All right.
but you will leave my home
We're,
and not return when it's dark. When you do return, you will knock on the door like a civilized person.
I don't know what doors are. My daddy taught me that doors are just another way to get in the way of friendship.
All right. I need you to leave my home.
So I'm going to leave your home right now.
All right, guys.
Wow. And then after that, you had the badger incident?
Yeah, after that I have a badger incident. I obviously need a...
It was immediately after I left.
No, it was
Like-
it was later that day because you were there
Oh,
like
yeah,
3 in the
right.
morning and you
Yeah.
broke in the afternoon. So obviously I need a better security system
It was
or to
3 in the morning?
move.
Yeah.
It was your 3 a.m.
It was the 3 a.m. scratching.
Bubba was very disappointed.
Yep.
All right, I think we're back on track now.
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
minutes left. We should have 4 scenes.
Yeah.
So now, we get in there to clean the room.
Okay.
You need to get out of here. Come on, clear out. I gotta clean this room. This is, I'm sure we're violating health codes with this going on now. I don't care what you do. Give me half an hour to clean this place.
All right, listen. I got some things that I need settling, so you go ahead and do your thing. I know you got your maid duty, so I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Make sure that people are talking about some stuff in the town.
Fantastic. I just hope you're not attached to any of this junk you've got laying around this room. Okay? We don't need 15 whiskey bottles laying all over the floor. Okay? We don't need...
Those whiskey bottles were there when I got here.
Whose panties are these? What is this?
Listen, don't you worry about it.
Why are they stiff?
You know, sometimes a man needs some stiff panties.
Mm-hmm.
And that's none of nobody's business.
As the saying goes. Okay.
Now, are you going to
What
clean
is
this room?
Is this a wig?
Forgot about that wig.
What? Is this paint on
I
his
just love
wig?
that like Jim just forgot that he had that wig.
Yeah, it's definitely paint. You know what? That's I'll keep that. You just I'm gonna tuck this right here into my duster that I'm known to wear.
I'm pretty sure that's not paint.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you got a lot of cleaning to do, so I'm gonna step right out.
So, local news channel happens to be on at this point in time. They're giving us an update about the stolen badger story. News footage has just come out. We've just recently received the security footage. It looks like there is a man in a blonde wig It is not at all convincing who is responsible for this theft.
Wearing
He's
panties
wearing-
on the outside.
Yeah.
Also a
It is
duster.
arguably one of the worst disguises we have ever seen here in Manna.
You see that?
And
that-
this is
that
all,
is that a duster? What kind of jacket is that? What kind of jacket is that, Jim?
I would also like to address that that Eddie has followed through with his promise to get cable TV in that room. So
It's broadcast. It's broadcast.
It's local news.
yeah.
It's broadcast.
So
Our lead
good
story
for you,
tonight-
bad for me.
Wait, that guy, I've seen him before.
Me too. You know what? I'm gonna go and try and find him right now. So
It's a wig. That's your wig. What? What did you do? Did you steal that badger?
listen, Eddie. I don't know what's happening on this news station. Why it is that we are more concerned with this than, from what I hear, your little weenie.
Don't worry about my little. I mean, look, not a lot happens in this town. We care about the wildlife, all right? Why did you steal the badger?
I don't know what you're talking about. And as
That
a
is
matter of-
clearly you on television right
Well,
there.
there's a what I thought you were more concerned with cleaning this room. I thought you needed 30 minutes inside of here. And then I pull out a box of matches from the duster and start a controlled fire inside of the
What are you
room.
doing?
I don't know. Somebody set fire to this room. You better get that taken care of. And then I shuffle out of the room as quick as I possibly can.
Jesus, I'm trying to stomp out the fire before it reaches whatever is left in the whiskey bottle.
Yeah, we're not ending as well for you. That's your final scene as the room is on fire.
And it's drifting towards the whiskey bottles.
All right, Jim, it is yours. Who would like to set up a resolve?
Let me see where we're at with this.
And you thought this would be tragic.
I did. I was very wrong. The only casualties so far have been that badger, Happy, and probably Nathan. Yep.
So, I mean, the
I think-
hotel might be some collateral damage.
Yeah.
If hit
Yeah.
that, but
I don't know if the
hotel's-
hotel's innocent.
I don't think
No.
it is. It seems pretty
That
seedy.
place like that is not innocent.
Yeah,
That's seen some
it's
things.
a creature on its
yeah.
own.
I feel like this is mayhem cooking up.
I feel like I should set up this. I'm leaving the. So yeah, I'm gonna set up. I'm leaving the hotel room, or kind of like shuffling out of that room and
Burning
wandering
room.
through the.
Wig sticking out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Wrapping in the breeze
And now
just
I've
a little.
and now I've put it on my head to disguise myself. And you
That's
know
actually what they're looking for in the news.
actually
so,
strike that. So I'm gonna keep it inside of the duster. I'm wandering through the hotel, and who do I come across but a recently bewitched Edward, who now has a cold-blooded score to settle with me.
Jim, no swear Hatley.
Oh, Bubba, how's it going?
You done me wrong.
Bubba, I would never do you wrong.
You stole that badger.
That doesn't sound like me
You
at all.
killed a different badger. You did other things which I am angry about for reasons that I am unsure of.
Bubba, I ain't got
I'm
nothing
not
wrong
here.
with you.
To take revenge on what you did. But you know who is? Nathan? You got your friends with you?
Hey, what's up, man? Why that boy
man
held all
there-
them badgers?
That man there killed Happy.
No, I didn't kill Happy, nothing like that. And then I, out of my duster, I pull out the matches again. And
Did you set up?
And
The blonde wig falls
Yeah.
out too, and the
Yeah.
badgers are immediately enraged
Yeah.
because they recognize the wig.
And they launch
And
themselves
I,
at you.
I was Oh, that's right. That's resolution on your
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Okay.
The badgers launch themselves at you
Okay.
in the lobby of the Manna Hotel.
I'm screaming as the badgers are all over me at the moment.
Were
And
you able to light a match?
I lit the match. The badgers catch fire. and
Those poor innocent badgers.
If you care about animal rights, we're sorry. We're not actually setting badgers on fire.
We would never actually set animals on fire.
the
Yeah,
badgers,
especially badgers, they will fight you.
the badgers set fire.
and they continue to bite you.
They continue to bite me, and Nathan, in a selfless act, goes and covers the badgers with his body to smother
the
the
flames.
flames out. But in doing so, Nathan is killed by smothering this
boy.
fire. Now I am badger bitten and burned, becoming a character similar to Two-Face from Batman.
Only with
and
badgers.
and the wig is half burned, and I put it on my head. I don't know why.
All right. Dr.
wow.
Caldwell.
I get called to the hotel again. I'm at the hotel a lot lately. Someone was
So
driving
you're-
by and saw
So you're
smoke.
setting up at this point.
I
Yeah.
so I
Business is
was
going well
driving
for
by
you.
and saw smoke,
Yeah.
and they called me along with the fire department because that death trap could actually burn down and cause some problems. They do know that there are usually people in there. So I show up, and there's a small herd of badgers. I don't know what a group of badgers is called, but a herd sounds all right.
A badgel, I
A
think.
badgel of
Yeah,
badgers.
I don't think that's true at all.
I think it's really good, though. I'm going to stick with it
Yeah.
until Kevin proves me otherwise. A badgel of badgers. Nathan, who's dead. Like, this is upsetting. Bubba. And Jim, who is not doing so well.
Yeah.
So my immediate response is to see if make sure Nathan is dead. He is. It's very sad.
Totally dead. Totally dead.
Totally dead. Further investigation will reveal that it was a broken heart that killed him,
And not the actual
not the
flames.
actual burning of his
Yeah.
body. But I kneeled out beside Jim, and I asked Jim, Bubba, what's going on here? Why was there a fire? Why are there badgers? The badgers seem fine with me. We're not having any issues. The badgers are totally cool with me once it's beside me.
They're mourning the loss of Nathan.
Yeah, of
at the
Nathan. They're with
moment.
Nathan.
Apparently, a group of badgers is called a seat or CETE, so it could be keet also. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's dumb, and so we're going to stick with
badgel.
Yeah,
a badgel.
a badgel of badgers.
Badgel's way better.
The badgel of badgers is mourning for Nathan. They don't appear bothered by me at all. I kneel down beside Jim because, oh sweet Jesus, what is going on? Jim, Bubba, what are you doing? What's been going on?
Jim
I'm still
done
flopping
me
ar-
wrong.
Still flopping around on the floor.
You need to hold still, Jim. It's gonna make everything worse if you move.
Trying to put out the fire.
There's no more fire. There's no more fire. The badgers and Nathan, it looks like, put it out. You've singed a bunch of badgers. What did you do?
I was trying.
Terrible in here.
I was trying to keep our secret, Doc.
What secret?
The badger secret.
We don't have a badger
There's
secret.
too many badgels at this point.
Jim, we
The
don't have a
badgels
badger.
is out of the bag.
Jim, we don't have a badger secret.
Is this a voodoo section? I can't tell.
Sure, let's say I'm hoodooing.
No,
Everybody here is hoodooed anyway.
I'm pretty sure Jimmy's okay. Or Eddie, as some people call him.
He's
Does Eddie come out, or is Eddie still putting out the fire?
I think he's still putting out the fire right now.
Okay, so
Who even knows if that fire?
I hoodoo Jim too, because now there's no more secret. We're
Yeah.
done. Yep. You stay here, Bubba. What are you doing?
Taking revenge.
Okay. Go sit in your windowsill.
I'm gonna go sit in my windowsill.
Thank you, sir. Okay, and I treat Jim's wounds the best of my ability, but he has to be airlifted to a nearby hospital because I don't care enough to use my magic to try to heal him.
He dies, he dies.
Yep.
That you're saying?
You tried to spill the secret. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm done. I go check on Eddie. Like, there's another human in this hotel. So once I've stabilized Jim, I go...
You move in that direction?
Yeah, I start shouting for Eddie because he's the only moderately sane person in this hotel.
All right, I'm gonna set up so y'all can resolve. So this would be theoretically good or bad. You can decide because the last die is always wild. So on my way to the windowsill, I pick up the phone and I dial Daniel, the Manna Hammer, which conveniently enough, the Manna Hammer is his phone number. So you just type THEMANNAHAMMER. You don't need all those numbers, but enough of them will get through. And I call and I pick up and I said, Daniel, we got a problem, Mr. the Manna Hammer. This is Bubba. Your father and I go way back. I need you to make some adjustments to my will. Because I'm under the impression you still got that birth certificate we made something like 23, 45 years ago.
I mean, Daniel wouldn't have. He's your son's age.
It's in your records. Look it up. I need you to change the name on it. Turns out that wasn't Edward J. Van Lanaham IV. Somebody else. I don't care who. Give him a different name. I don't know what my dad did here, but I can't change a birth certificate. And I'm not rhyming things right now, so I don't know what that has to do with lawyering. I stole a child. And I've decided I don't like him anymore. So I need you to unforge that document.
I didn't...
That's shocking.
I guess I'm going to call my dad on this one. I don't remember this. You do know I was born, like... in the late 70s.
Is this Daniel the Manna Hammer Sr.?
No.
Well, shit.
Besides, we're not rhyming things, and that's not... I've lost interest.
Yeah, you were always a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
Remember my son?
Eddie, yeah.
It turns out he's just some dead guy's kid. Died in the hotel, so I took him.
I mean... He looks like you.
Power suggestion.
He thinks he's your son.
Power suggestion.
He's like in his 30s and you just didn't tell him?
Nah.
I'm gonna call my daddy. And figure out what I'm gonna do here.
Wow.
Alright.
Woof.
Do you need anything else?
I'm
Was
good.
that positive for you or negative?
Well, y'all get to decide. I set that up however you do, because we can finish it off either positively or negatively. See if
Daniel the Manna Hammer isn't aware of what to do in this situation, but inadvertently tells Hannah the Manna Hammer, and she calls the police. Like, not just the normal police, not the local police, like the one fucking sheriff. She calls, like...
The state cops.
Yeah, the state cops. Yeah. Like... Yep, so that can be a black die for you.
Cool. Although when we do the aftermath, it's white anyway, so it doesn't actually matter. All right, that's the final scene. It is now time for the aftermath.
Badgers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential going on, so we will we'll roll our dice and do the math that we normally do. Things are looking pretty good for Dr. Lisa Caldwell.
Yeah, I'm feeling real good. I'm feeling really good. It's the hoodoo.
Things are not looking so great for Bubba. So I have 5 black. That is a big number. You're just in 13 plus round.
I have 17 white. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
What does this mean? 2 black.
So you've got 7 and 9. Yeah, you got 2 black.
Is this 5?
That's pretty bad.
5 black?
Yep, 5 black. This did not go well for many of us.
No.
I took all the white die.
5 black, which is what both Jim and Edward J. Bubba Van Lanningham III got.
4th.
I'm a third.
No,
Bubba.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. 5 black is rough. You're getting whipped like a rented mule, for starters. And you will remember this episode for all your diminished days. The lesson you learn will be profound, lingering, and painful. You had 2 black, is that correct?
That's correct.
Brutal. Wounds that will never heal, for starters. Stuff sawed off, blown off, or burned off on your way to the grand, ignominious failure. Kiss whatever you care about goodbye. You may die, but you may not.
Why are you using your Bubba voice?
I don't know. Been using it all game, and that's where we're at right now.
Stuck. I'm glad Amy's not here.
Aftermath. White. I don't want to read the whole thing. A billion white. Fan-fucking-tastic. It's fat times ahead, safe and secure. That thing that would make your life better? Oh, you got it, absolutely. And then some. And then some more.
Good.
Enjoy it.
Good.
So we will use that information to activate the montage, I believe. So, Edward Jimmy Van Lanningham IV, would you like to start us off?
When we last left me, I was trying to put out the fire, but that thing spread quickly. The carpet was soaked with gasoline.
With whiskey.
Oh, sorry, whiskey. Yeah, and
It's cheap whiskey.
yeah,
It smells
the
like
same
gasoline.
thing.
It's gasoline brand whiskey.
It tastes like gasoline.
Yeah.
My only escape, even though I still am very badly burned, was to jump out the back window and into a pile of leaves in the pool, which also caught on fire. I jumped into them, and I had a choice of being badly burned or drowning in horrible, disgusting water, and I kind of took a little bit of each. So I was very badly burned by all the leaves in the pool and the whiskey in the carpet, and nearly drowned in the disgusting water.
All right.
And that's it.
Jim, your first die.
Okay. So I'm severely burned at this point.
And covered in badger bites.
And covered in badger bites, and part of my duster is fused to my body. And I'm being airlifted at the moment, but they have not properly secured my my stretcher in the helicopter, and so it slides out of the helicopter, and down I plummet, and that's the first portion of where I'm at.
Dr. Lisa Caldwell.
I do successfully. I don't get in the water, but thanks to voodoo, I get you out of the water.
Yeah.
And you are also airlifted away with Jim, though in a separate helicopter.
Hannah has me on the phone. Hannah, the Manna Hammer, has me on the phone and is very confusing. But apparently she is under the impression that I am not in a fit mental state due to some sort of comments made by some sort of doctor that I do not recall. And she is informing me that I cannot, in fact, change my will or unfraudulently adopt a child because it's obvious that I did not, in fact, do that in the first place because that would be insane.
Okay.
Or did I?
Yeah.
Man, I can't really think of anything else. I feel like I covered it all.
No, we have the hotel. Like, what's
Yeah.
going to happen to the hotel?
Okay,
Yeah.
As I'm flying away, I look back and I see the hotel burning. And I'm not really all that upset about it, to tell you the truth. As it starts to fade out of sight, I see a tiny flash. and a couple seconds later, I hear a pop as one of the rooms exploded in the blaze. And even though I'm burned beyond recognition and doomed to live a horrible life, I feel a little bit better.
I think you deserve that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is Jim plummeting from the helicopter in his stretcher, which he's strapped into. So he's just falling, and as he's falling, in some strange form of miracle, he gets caught on the leg of the helicopter behind him, carrying Eddie.
Hey, Jimmy.
So I'm now stuck outside of this plane this helicopter that's airlifting Eddie away.
As the only doctor in town, I have to inform Nathan's parents that he perished tragically. The Badgers follow me to his home in a sign of respect and love. I console his mother and father, and they decide to adopt the Badgers. In honor of their son.
This is the ongoing legal battle over the next 3 years. Even though his son has been deemed incapable of being an owner of property anymore, having been so badly disfigured that he can neither walk nor read nor sign his name to anything, with Bubba insisting that is not in fact his son. But the more he insists, the more the lawyers are confident he's just a liar.
So I'm cruising along in my helicopter ride, and it abruptly pitches to one side because we just snagged an adult on the skid. Luckily, I'm actually secured in. But I'm horrified for a few minutes as I just see the ground rushing past me since we're flying in a helicopter. And then, as terrifying as that is, it's not nearly as bad as when the pilots level it off and I live. That was my way out, and it didn't go.
So when the stretcher hits the helicopter, it kind of pitches, and then when they swing it back to level it, it hurls Jim in the stretcher away from the helicopter again, and down I fall, then crashing into the Manna Zoo. And my body is broken. I'm not dead somehow, and during all of these events, all of the workers have left, with the exception of a new hire who is a deemed legally blind woman. Mm-hmm. And I get bounced and thrown into the badger pen. My body is broken, covered in mud, and I look vaguely like a badger.
Okay.
I'm at home with my badger Sparkles, and we're having a cup of tea. Everything's all right.
Bubba has to sell off the Manna Hotel to pay for the legal fees in the fight for non-custody of his child. It was always been a disappointment to him, but he sells it off with the condition that whoever buys it must let him sit in the windowsill until he dies. And he gets a free room there too. And cable. They don't give him the cable.
After my release from the hospital, I really have nowhere to go. I've done nothing with my life, and the only home I've ever known is the hotel. Unfortunately, when I go back there, the only places they can put me is in the fly specked window next to Bubba. And that's where I live out my days.
Wow. So this is Jim, a horribly physically broken man whose jaw and face has been destroyed by this dramatic fall from very high up, and cannot speak. He just, all of the noises he makes sound like badger growls. And so he has to live out his days in the badger pen, being fed by the legally blind person, and that's what's left of Jim. He's just this interesting badger man.
20 years pass and Lisa has to move because everyone's starting to notice that she hasn't aged. She and Sparkles pick a new shitty little town to go live in.
This is the moment that Bubba realizes that he's going to be stuck next to this child that he found in a hotel room 40 years ago for the rest of his life. And because of all the stipulations on his contract for selling the hotel, nobody has bought it. But here he and his fake son sit in the burnt-out, uninsured husk of the Manna Hotel as the sun sets yet again.
Bleak.
God damn.
Way to go, Dr. Lisa Caldwell.
Yeah, I did all right.
Hooray.
Magic makes a game better.
Thanks for listening to Catastrophic. If you like the show, please tell your friends. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Catastrophic Podcast, follow us on Twitter at FIasco Podcast, or just visit our website at catastrophic.horse. Why .horse? Why not?